Oh, hello there. Welcome back to Crafters TV. It is Tuesday here on Crafters TV. We've got a jam-packed day coming up for you. Absolutely loads of things. A brand new launch, a kind of bonus, sneaky launch as well that we're going to share details of you with as we go through the show. And she is back with me, although I need to say I've got a bone to pick with Debbie Robinson this morning. You know, all the talk yesterday about Debbie saying that she was petrified that someone would climb up on her porch and climb in through a window.
I do remember
Have
that
a guess who had a horrible nightmare last night about
no.
the window was open at the house because it was so hot, and I kept having a nightmare that someone was climbing in through the window, Debbie. I'm fully blaming you. How are you today?
I am fine, thank you very much. You are on the top.
Yeah, but I didn't know that, did I, in the middle of the night when I was having a dream?
And I actually had the windows up. Normally I don't do, but I had the windows up last night because it was very, very warm. Although we've got a nice little bit of rain here up in New Zealand at the moment.
Very fresh,
so
isn't
yes,
it?
Absolutely. But yeah, I'm fine. I slept well. I slept like a baby.
I did sleep well. I just had this sort of strange nightmare about 2 o'clock in the morning. It was a man outside the window.
I don't know where you got that idea from.
Now, I know we've got an actual launch coming up today.
We have.
But
No.
Let's do this. So it's not. I don't think it's available right now on the website, but it is going to be available at some point. We don't know what the configuration is going to be just yet, but it is going to be available for you today because that Halloween box sold out in record time yesterday. Look what we found. What we found.
Did you hear the noise when they came in? And they only came in literally half an hour before the show and said to me, because obviously we don't have the box. We genuinely don't have the box. But what we do have, and this is something that's going to be available. We're not sure when, but we'll let you know as soon as. There is a 6x6 pad. There is also, and let me just tell you, it's all the same papers that were in the box, but in a 6x6 version.
Ooh.
All double-sided. Let's see if I can get that the right way so you can see it's the same kind of design. And then we've got 3 kits here as well. And they've got an embossing folder, a stencil, some stamps and dies, all Halloween themed. And there's 3 different ones. All 3 of them have got the same embossing folder in, but they're all 3 different kits with different configurations of the stencils, the dies and the stamps to give you, obviously a little bit of Halloween opportunity to create some really spectacular kind of things as well. But that is something that we got just a little bit excited about. Honestly, so they're not live just yet.
No, we'll let you know as soon as they go on.
Do go live, we'll let you know because we don't have a vast amount of these. So it will be one of those get yours while you can. And maybe it is that, we were talking about wanting to stock up on
papers. Yeah,
it could
absolutely.
be that. But we're not sure the configuration yet because the guys are busy working backstage as we speak in the office, furiously trying to get together this to put this live.
There will
on the website.
definitely be ready for you by the launch party later this evening, and we'll definitely have a clear indication at that point of exactly what the bundle will look like as well. But if you did miss out on the Halloween box yesterday, and there was a lot of disappointment, then absolutely we'll have a chance to get a hold of some of these items throughout the course of the day here on Crafters TV, which is amazing.
Because you know what it means for me? I get to do some more demonstrations with the Halloween. Woohoo! So yeah, I'm super excited because I'm not going to lie, I was a little bit disappointed yesterday. However, thrilled to bits that you guys have got hold of them. So when they do go live, we'll let you know and be quick is all we're going to say.
And then we've also not only got that launch, but the actual launch that we are expecting today, of course, is the launch of the brand new Celebrate the Season collection, which is a lovely collection of stamps and dies, isn't it? And stencils as well. And something a bit different that we've not seen there, a brand new product in there as well, which is this new masking product, which looks exciting.
Masking tape. We have, we've got some, honestly, this is a gorgeous collection. So literally, this is going to give you the opportunity to create some beautiful Christmas scenes. So we're really excited about this. This is Celebrate the Season. And if I just hold that, I'll try and hold it there for you, George. There you go. Where you've got a die that will be able to cut out an aperture or simply use with the die cut piece, with the stencil, because there's stencils. And I'm not just taking one stencil, we'll go through it a little bit more comprehensively in a moment, but then a set of stamps that offer you different scenes that you can then put into your lovely gloves. And there's 2 different styles. I'll show you in a second, Joe, because the 2 different styles are, and I'll bring these in, let me just bring this one in so you can see this one. That's the other style to the shape, because you can see 2 beautiful, one snow globe, one bauble, I'm going to call it. But again, absolutely gorgeous, where you're going to be able to create your scenes scenes. And just with the simple use of the stamps to create background scenes, the masking tape that we've got, the masking roll I'm going to call it because it's a big roll, will help you create lots of different techniques as well. But then of course you can be taking these into shaped, unusual shaped cards, which I absolutely adore. It's something that always appeals to me, something with a fancy fold or a fancy shape, and that's exactly what you can be doing and creating with these fabulous dies, stencils and stamps. And then look at this is a lovely one as well, to create a lovely shaped card with a beautiful Christmas scene in there,
opulent, isn't
which
it?
I know you're going to love. And everything that you've seen here, what I've just shown you, is everything that I'm going to be doing in today's shows across the day.
Amazing.
And I do have quite a lot more planned as well. It just depends how much you love them, because I'm gonna say I predict a riot or anything like that, because I just don't know what's going to happen here at Crafters TV, especially after yesterday. So if you do like these, we've got a load of demonstrations planned for you. A little sneaky peek in today, and also the launch coming up at 2 p.m. And then, of course, we've got the launch party later on. So it's going to be a jam-packed, crafty goodness, lots of crafty inspiration, and then, as always, a few crafty laughs along the way.
Absolutely, there will be. It is a jam-packed day coming up, so full 2 hours on that, 2 p.m. this afternoon, 9 a.m. East Coast, and then we will have that launch party later. We've got a really cool preview as well coming up with one of our new craft kits, which is excellent, Explorers kit and Out of This World kit, all the normal goodness that you expect from a launch party coming up at 6 p.m. in the UK, 1 o'clock over on the East Coast. Lots of you tuning in already. Jill is in from North Yorkshire. Hi, Jill. Alicia's here from Arkansas. Thea's in the Netherlands. Denise is in Trinidad. We're really international today, Debbie. Shadia's in Ottawa as well, as I can see here. Jerry is saying hi in Maryland. Katie's saying hi. Michelle McCarthy says, OMG, OMG, OMG. I think looking at those brand new Halloween items, we'll let you know as soon as you can grab those over on the website. Diane saying good morning. And Val's letting us know she had a little bit of rain this morning, but it was so hot that it dried as soon as it hit the pavement. We have had quite a lot of rain in the last hour, haven't we?
Yes, the last hour, yeah, definitely. It literally pounded it down, and literally it went down and then bounced as big as me, bounced back up. Back up, honestly, but it's what we needed. We need a little bit of rain.
Apparently we're having the wrong type of rain now, they're saying.
We're having the what?
We're wrong type of rain. It's not the right type of rain. We need slow and steady drizzly rain.
Oh, not the heavy flash flooding kind.
Not the right rain. Apparently it's different types. There you are. Who knew? Michelle says, Debbie, I'm loving your hair. Has it got a bit of pink running through it? It's gorgeous.
Yeah, I think I overdid it with me silver shampoo.
Right, okay. I love it. I think it's great.
It'll do. Thank you very much.
Christy's saying good morning, as is Sarah Kay and Kirsty D. Saying they've still had no rain in Teesside. It's on your way, Kirsty. It really, really is. Let me show you that. Let's dive in then and look at this brand new launch that we've got coming up for you. Here it is. So celebrate the season. The full collection here, 59 stamps. There's an awful lot of stamps in this collection, along with, of course, 2 dies and 16 stencils, and that brand new Masket tape, which you won't have seen before, which is going to make creating these kind of themes very, very easy for you. Let me take you through the collection. Let's have a look firstly at the dies. These are the 2 shapes that you're going to create. You saw them in the finished projects that Debbie was holding a moment ago there. And this one here, that is your snow globe style one. And then you've also got this one, which is the gorgeous bauble. Very, very opulent, both of these, I'm sure you'd agree. We then have stencils in here, which are going to come alongside that. One set for that snow globe, as you can see there, and a second set there for the bauble. And then all of the stamps which go alongside this that help you really create those scenes inside either the bauble or the snow globe. So we've got this gorgeous one here with the snowman. You've got this wonderful sort of European village style. This one here with the gorgeous robin and the postbox and the holly. They've all got their own individual sentiments within there. Then we've also got this style as well. So you can see the one with the stags in there. You've got all of your different trees. So you can really start to create depth in the projects that you're doing. Some slightly more religious ones as well. So you can see there we've got the palm trees and all of those. And you've also got then this one here, which is more of a sort of wildlife themed one with a little bit of Santa and some reindeers thrown in there as well. 60.70 or 77.95. That gets you all of it, including this brand new product. It's the Masket tape, and you'll see how you use that. It's brilliant for allowing you to create depth and dimension in your stamping when you want to mask certain areas off, it will allow you to do that as well. £60.70 or £77.95. That's a saving of £15 or $19 on a brand new launch. So that's really important. And Platinum members can get this for under £50, just over $60. Very, very busy on this already. We knew you were going to like this. And also, Debbie, I think you'll agree that, you know, whilst we were including a lot of stamps in here with the collection, there's definitely going to be elements in your stash you already own that you're going to bring into this, I'm guessing.
Oh gosh, yeah, absolutely. You definitely will. Actually, I'm going to show you a few samples before I get carried away, because I always forget to do this bit at the top. So I'll show you a few more extra samples so you can see the gorgeous scenes that our gorgeous design team have made. This one from Nicole, I mean, it's just absolutely beautiful. And I will talk you about that masking tape that's on a roll. Nice big amount of that on there, and we will use that later on throughout the show. But again, you can create these beautiful scenes with the use of those. So you could literally just keep it and then hang it onto the front of a card. I'm thinking things like decorations as well. So your home decors that you could be using this is maybe you have these hanging on your trees as well. They would look lovely. But again, just for your card making purposes, absolutely stunning to be able to use these onto all different types. Like, I mean, honestly, it's absolutely gorgeous. And then of course, things like your gift boxes, and you can see with the two there that they're both the same shape. So this one that I'm going to be using, and I think I'm using the snow globy one, but the one there is the Yuletide bauble outline, and then all the stencils in there to create that lovely coloured in. Excuse me. And then in the centre, all the stamps. And I like you said, Joe, we've given you some stamps and different scenes as well that you can use in this. But think of all other things that you'd be able to use this. In my head, I was thinking a lovely family picture that I'd be able to use in there and create a lovely family. So that could be a really nice family card, or maybe if you are making your ornaments or your Christmas ones, you could actually put, you know, your grandkids in there and things like that. So there's a lot of possibilities with these. That's what I love about them, and lots of different ways that you're going to be able to do them. So I'm going to use the snow globe, and literally I've got the Yuletide snow, which is the actual die, and I'll get all these out so you can see them, because this might be the first time that you've seen them. Oh, I've got a box fresh one. I thought I'd open mine up. Seriously, I think I've picked up Jake's, but he's not going to mind. Yeah, I'll get away with it. I've sent him out. It's raining everywhere today, bless that little lad. I literally got, when we talk about...
Did you make Jake go out? Well, not with your fabulous hair, Debbie. You can't go out there.
I did say that to him. I said, don't make me go outside. My hair will all flatten. I'm like, no. So he being the true gent that he is, he went out and got all the things for me that I needed. So the starter of this, it starts with this first main die, which is the one that's going to be able to create and cut into your card fronts. So you could have it on a card front. And all those kind of things. So you could also pop this into a piece of white card. If you wanted to stick it on or use it as a topper, then that would be the one that you would start with. Then you've got your set of stencils, and they've been shaped purposely to go in here. Now, I keep mine into a bag as well, because my one at home I've actually got into a bag, just so that I don't lose them. So if you have got this kit, or you're getting this kit, keep them in the little bag that they come in. But this is where then you're going to use the stencil and place it over your die cut, and then do all the inking through there as well. Or maybe you want to do this with pens and colour inks and things like that, because you absolutely can with these. Or maybe you want to take your texture pastes and all those kind of things as well. But you can see just how lovely and detailed that stencil is.
I bet you could even make with something like a spritzer or something like that. I bet you could make some really lovely stenciled backgrounds with those, Debbie.
So, and that's what you want to do with that. And this stencil set that's in here creates all of your backgrounds. So do you know and I'll show you with the packaging, because the packaging is probably the best way to show you here. Can you see the mountains in the background and the clouds? Well, all of your stencils, and because there's some little pieces, this is why I would highly recommend that you keep it in your little bag, but there's little pieces in there that I don't want you to lose. But you can do the masking technique or the actual stencil technique with these, because we've given you the options of all of that in there. So I'm just going to put those back in there in a second, because I don't want to lose them. Now, the other part to this collection, and this is the exciting bit, so you've got the die, you've got the stencils, but then you've got 3 different stamp scenes. Look at me, I'm losing my bits now, Joe. Let me push that to one side, because I'm going to end up losing all my little pieces. There we go. So we've got 3 different scenes that you are then going to be able to use. And when I say use, not just in this collection, but I want you to treat these as a set of stamps that you're going to be able to take into all your Christmas card making outside of the snow globe, outside of this Celebrate the Season, because you've got all these lovely stamp sets to create lovely scenes that will fit inside your snow globe. Now, if you're going for the full set as well, you can interchange the stamp sets. So the ones that I've got in the Christmas ornaments, you can actually pop in to the snow globe and vice versa. So it's a real fabulous set of stamps that I know you're going to love. You've got Santa with his reindeers, you've got all different sentiments on here. Peace on earth, Holy Night, oh come let us adore him. Have a Merry Christmas season's greeting, Merry Christmas with all the trimmings. And even more down here, send in lots of Christmas cheer from our home to yours. So lots and lots of detail, individual stamps. This is when your masking techniques will come in as well, so that's why we've included that in there. And for what I mean by that is, and I wonder if I've got a sample to be able to show you what I mean by, I wonder if that one, yeah, perfect, that's a good example there. So this one here has got your house, but then it's got trees around it and surrounding it. This is when, do you know we talk about Pebeo drawing gum and things like that? Well, you can also do it. I mean, I've done it in the past with Post-it notes on a scrap of paper and just popped it on. So what we've done is we've developed and we've brought it into a big, nice roll that's
yeah, you get 10 metres as well on there, Debbie.
It is 10 metres long. It's a lot of masking tape. And you can also die cut into that as well. So do you know if you want to do your masking techniques with dies, you can actually do it. So we've popped it in this set as a little thank you.
So if you had stamps and dies, then you're going to have the perfect mask, which is the absolute perfect size.
Absolutely.
Even if you're not really using the die for the stamp, you've got the perfect size
and
mask.
I tend to reuse mine as well. So if I've done something with a die cut, I then pop it in my bag or pop it with my template and pop it into the die cut in, you know, me packaging, that's the word I'm looking for, into the packaging and then reuse it. But you've got 10 metres. That's a lot of metres. If we unravelled that, I think we'd be able to go back and forth between me and you, Joe. What do you think? Easily. So it's a great little product there from our Spectrum Raw brand that we thought we'll bring today for you to have a little go, and we'll probably use it later on in the show, because that's how you would use it to create those layered scenes with your trees behind the houses. Do you want to put something behind or in the foreground, but you don't want to ruin your stamp tape? That's what you would use masking tape for. But we will be covering that throughout the day.
Very busy already on this, Debbie. What I would say is, if you do want to pick and choose, you'll always get the best deal by getting the main bundle that we bring to you. That represents the best value without a shadow of a doubt. But if you want to spend £40 or $50 on any of the individual items, you will get 10% off when you're spending over £40 or $50 on individual. So if you do want to pick and choose and build your own bundle, you've got all the options, which is always nice.
Absolutely. So shall we get cracking with a piece? So I'll just bring in, and I've got some multi-purpose cardstock. I'm looking at it now thinking I might have gone a little bit frugal, but well, you know, you don't want to waste anything really, do you? So we'll run that through our die cutting machine. These will go through MIDI, Junior, upwards, so your regular, your pro if you want to, and on your pro you're obviously going to be able to get a lot more on there. But what I'm just going to do is literally hold that down with a little bit of low-tack tape and then run that through. Now, Debbie, what did you do with your plates? Tied it up last night, forgot what I did. Oh, there we go. So we'll just run that through, and then, like I said, we'll fit through any of your machines that, manual included, that will take from like a 9x6, because it's quite a nice size die. The stamps, of course, if you're using the stamps, you can take it onto any size card. But for this particular design, absolutely spot on for all your MIDI Junior machines and upwards. So let's just take off the tape.
Alicia says as well, the Halloween box also sold out on HSN last night, apparently. Yes, it's completely gone if you are across the pond. We are working on getting those individual items loaded to the website. They are going to go on individually, so you'll be able to pick and choose the bits you want, and as soon as they're up and live, I will let you know exactly when you can shop for them. You are going to need to be quick, though. I think there's going to be a little bit of a scrum when they go up on the website, but as soon as they're up and live, I will let you know.
Right, so we've got the die cut element, and again you can see that beautiful snow globe theme. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take a stencil. Now with your stencils, you're simply going to place it over the top. Now with stencils, it's like with anything, do you know, to hold it down, to put it into place, you could use things like your, and if I just grab one, what I mean by that, do you know the stick and spray?
Indeedy.
The stick and spray for anybody over in the UK, over stateside, I think you can only get it directly over on HSN or other craft stores that stock the stick and stay spray because we can't ship that out due to it being an aerosol. But yeah, you can pop that on and you can literally do that. And or there's two ways you can do this. You could do the stenciling first and then do the die cut afterwards. It's entirely up to you. I think you make it work for yourself. I'm just going to place it over though, because I usually do. I'm terrible for it, but I do it with my hand and hold it down. So I'm going to pop that on. I'm going to bring in, where's my Midnight gone? There it is. So I'm going to bring in the Midnight water reactive ink pad. They're going to work with any of your ink pads, these, Joe, literally any of them. But what I want to do is, let me just go in here, because I was going to go around the centre, but I'm going to do the stamping around there. So for just the time being, I'm just going to go around the handles. So let's go in and hold that into place. There we are. And then pick up my pad. And I'll just show it you with this bit because I'm going to come back to this in a bit, but I just want to show you that lovely stencil. And again, I'm just choosing one colour, but look at all these. You've got the holly and the leaves, so you could be choosing different colours.
Do you clean these after you've used them, Debbie? What's the best way to look after these stencils?
Stencils, just wipe them down.
Just wipe them down,
soap and water or a cloth, or there's no microfiber cloths that you can use as well. But yes, absolutely. So I'm just going to show you this little bit first. Now, at home, when I did mine, I did the stamping in, did the colouring, then did this at the end. But I just want you to see how beautiful this stencil is. And again, if you love things like your glitter paste, sparkle pastes, texture pastes, then this is going to be lovely for that. I'm taking care not to go into to that centre because I'm going to show you the stamping. We've
got a collection as well of water reactive ink pads that have been put together specifically for this collection, so I'll share that with you in a little while.
Have we really?
Yep.
I didn't realise that. See, there's so much excitement about that Halloween. I don't think I was paying attention to anything else because I got really excited. But yeah, absolutely. I'll just lift that up for a second. Look how beautiful that looks. How gorgeous that is. Do you know what else you could do though as well? If you wanted to have a little bit of extra texture, you could run that through your die cutting machine to create a little bit of an emboss. Now I talk about embossing stencils and I probably will do that later on in the launch show just to show you how you can create that. If you are going to do that first on a square piece of paper, run it through and then do the die cuts. I knew what I meant there, Joe. It just didn't come out right. But again, you could do it. And so these would be lifted, these would be raised, and that would look absolutely beautiful. Now, I'm just going to put that down to one side because I'm going to come back to that in the centre, for the centre part. But let's have a look. What scene shall we use? Shall we have...
Decisions.
I know, this is the thing. Look how much you've got to choose from. And I have tried to cater today during the launch show, lots of different scenes on there. But I am going to use the festive birds and I think I'm going to have to use him on the pillar box. Love this one. So I'm going to just bring in my stamping platform just for a second. I always like to stamp with my stamping platform. One of you know Hero Tools, as we've heard our lovely Jan and Michelle say many times, but literally just makes it a little bit easier for stamping with. And again, it's not going to move anywhere when I pop this on. So let's pop on. And I'm going to go into just there. There we go. Yeah, is that centre? There we go. That's the centre. Now, Joe, are you able at all to just, because I haven't got mine with me.
What are you after?
The masking tape, please.
Oh, Debbie.
I know it's not
prized possession.
Do you know, it's not that
masking tape.
Masking tape. Did I say it poshly?
Yeah.
I don't know why I said it like that. It's masking tape.
I'm going to open it. I'm going to try and open it without.
That's fine. I'm just going to be doing some stamping.
Damaging the packaging.
Now, of course, a stamp is a stamp. It does mean that you can colour anything from alcohol markers to your sparkle pens to your aqua-based, so your water-based products like your aqua pens, maybe your aqua pencils. So just think on when you are using the right ink pad for the right medium, and I'm using a mixture of tri-blends with tri-blend brush pens on this. So just make sure that when you are getting hold of your correct ink pad, that it is the alcohol proof one, because I'm using the alcohol markers. So let's go in there and then just stamp that. There we go.
Jill says, beautiful. All the samples are absolutely adorable. Kathy's saying hi as well, as is Zoe. Jean's gone for this already, says the collection fell into my basket.
Surprised.
And it checked itself out before I could stop it. It has a habit of doing that, doesn't it? Jeffrey says, good morning all to Debbie and Joe, all the Superstar TV crew and all the crafty folks out there. Lots of you letting me know that you've gone for this already this morning. It is very, very busy. I thought you'd like this. I think our Crafters TV customers really love it when we bring them a collection, Debbie, that's really customisable. You know, it's something you can really put your own stamp on, isn't it? Take it in any different direction, really.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm just going to re-stamp. Now, I've been a little bit frugal here, so I'm not... I mean, this tent, can I just show you again? I don't know why I've been so frugal, Joe. I think I'm one of those that don't like waste, so I literally go in as close as I can. But you're just going to take a little piece off. This is like I said, when you go... It's got like... It's a tacky. We'll say tacky, not sticky.
Like a roll of
tacky.
sticky note with all of it sticky, isn't it?
Yes.
Like a big paper masking tape.
Yes, that's the best way to describe it. But it's on all of there, the whole width of it has got that tackiness. So if I don't know if you can hear. Could you hear that? Yeah. So that's the sound that you want, and it makes a difference, obviously, for your masking techniques and things like that. But all I'm going to do is, I'm just going to. And this is how I would use it. And again, I'm just doing it for this one, but I will show you throughout the day how I would use it to create background scenes and things like that. So I'm just going to re-stamp over. I think I might have got away with it. Because like I said, frugal and me go well together. We do. And all I want to do is create that little bit of a mask. So again, I'm just going to take my scissors and cut around that. This is when you can die cut into it, Joe. So you can die cut if you use a die, but you can do it with your stamps as well. So again, just cutting around. I probably would use my little snippy scissors, but I'll probably get away with it. It'll be fine. And this is when you can create your backgrounds.
And obviously, if you're using a stamp and die at this point, you just lay the die over the top of it, would you?
Yeah.
And die cut through that.
Yeah. Yeah, and then you stick it over, and you know, all those things. It's literally. I know a lot of people find drawing gum quite messy. I mean, I don't mind it. I'm not going to lie, I don't mind it. But this is make it nice, quick, and easy to do. And like I said, you can keep reusing this.
I guess so. You just put that in the packaging, would you, along with the rest of the stamps?
Yeah, absolutely.
And then you've got that done and ready to go every time you want it. Great idea.
Absolutely. And it's when you can create like the background bits, like I said, for the Christmas trees and things like that, you would use that to create, do you know when you want to create a forest, but you can't have them lined up side, because a forest doesn't look like where they're all neatly lined up side by side.
No, it's not one row of trees, is it?
Some in front of others, some behind. This is when your masking tape is really going to come into its own and really be able to create you know, great techniques that you may have seen us do in the past, but 9 times out of 10 we've either used a scrap of paper that we've had to hold down because it hasn't got any stick to it, or a post-it note. But the trouble with a post-it note is there, Joe, is it's only sticky at the top. It's not sticky, you know, all the way, which is it's got tackiness all over. So I can go back in. Let's remove that off just for a second. And then if I go back in, pop that down, and then I can cover that up.
Perfect.
And I wouldn't have done it this way around at home. I would have probably done it a different way, but it's just to show you then. I can, again, if I could put the globe back over. So let's go back in, and you can place it over. You can see roughly where it is, but it means now I can go back in. I'm just going to line that up. If you were using your spray, obviously leave it, because the residue on the back there will enable you to be able to just go back in, pop it back on without cleaning it and things like that.
But the thing is, Debbie, you can use a sticky note, but the problem is with a sticky note, it's only held down in one place, isn't it? It's not all over sticky. So with this, I guess, for these inking and blending techniques, you know that nothing's going to get under there. You're not going to ruin that project after you spent ages working on it.
Exactly. And that's the lovely thing about masking tape. You don't want to ruin your project. You really don't. And you're probably thinking, oh my God, because at a minute now it looks like I'm just going over my image, but it'll become clear in a second when I take this off. But again, this is when you can be using, and if I go back to, and I don't want to try and move it again, but you've got all your scenes there. So you've got some clouds there, you could be using the clouds, and you've got the So you've got the stencil, but then you've got the mask if you want to do it the opposite way around. So you've got the both, but like I said, keep them in that little bag. You don't want to be losing them. At some point during the shows today, I will be showing you how to use those. I keep moving mine, so I think what I'm going to do later on is I'm going to show you how to use your spray. Or you could use tape. You can put tape down underneath as well. Like I said, you could do this first and then go back in and die cut it afterwards, which I might do later on as well. So I'll show you different ways that you can use them, Joe. And I think that way you'll find a way that works for you. And because it's not always a case of do as I say. It's a finding what works for you as a crafter, what you feel comfortable with. So I'm going to give you, and show you the different ways. But can you see now how lovely that's looking? And then because I want to colour it in, and I'm just going to go underneath. Let's just go underneath. You just then peel it away. And you've got that perfect background now. And now I can go and colour in. So if you were using things like, your backgrounds here, and like I said, we are going to be covering those later on. But all we're going to do now is do a spot of colour in, because I've got my image, I've done the background, and it's gone right up to the edge because of that masking tape. I wouldn't be throwing that away. There's still, listen.
Plenty of stick on there. Plenty
of stick, but not stick that leaves residue. It's not something that leaves residues, which is why if you love masking tape, this one, you're going to absolutely, honestly, you're going to love it, Joe, because it's going to make things so much easier.
People are loving it. It's very busy on this morning, Debbie, as we knew it would be. And I think you guys are absolutely loving the way that you can customise it and play around with it and change it up and really make it your own. Lots of you already ordered and checked out on this already. Melinda says, glad to be here and see all of you. I've just bought my first ever Crafter's Companion die.
Yay!
Well, welcome to the club, Melinda. Come on in, we don't bite.
I've not heard that name before, so is Melinda new to us?
I believe she is, yes.
Lovely.
Where are you, Melinda?
Well,
do let us know.
Welcome to the family. Welcome to the family, Linda?
Melinda.
Melinda. It's a beautiful name. It's a lovely name, that is it. Yeah. But yeah, welcome to the family. And lots of free education on these shows as well, and lots of where you can go back from, Crafters TV is something that we do 3 times a day. We have shows 3 times a day. We have craft alongs. We have all sorts of inspiration, and it stays on the Crafters TV Facebook page and on the YouTube as well, so you can go back and watch any of them. You can join in at any time, and they're all on our pages too. So you'll find Joe on Facebook, you'll find myself on Facebook with Debbie Robinson, and literally you'll just go and find us, like, follow, and honestly you've got then a wealth of all these things that we bring to you, totally free, absolutely free. So welcome to the club. Nice, isn't it? I love it when we have new eyeballs all the time. It's lovely. Right, I'm just doing a spot of colouring. I'm not going to spend too much time colouring because this is a nice big area. I'm saying a nice big area. It's a nice size stamp, actually, to have a little practice at your colouring.
Yeah, and I think a lot of this you're going to be able to use away from this collection, aren't you? All of these stamps, you'll be able to take them elsewhere in your crafting, which is brilliant. Of course, they're all designed and they're going to fit perfectly in this collection. But yeah, nice to have something you can use elsewhere too.
Absolutely, and that's the lovely thing about these stamps. You've hit the nail on the head. You can take those stamps, and the same with the stencil. You can take that stencil,
Absolutely.
You can use that stencil on its own without the use of the die, without the use of the stamps, if that's what you want to do. But obviously it's a collection, and which is why we've brought it today as that full collection. But yeah, I think this is lovely, and I think you're going to use it a lot more than you actually think you would probably use it.
Absolutely. Deborah says, order this set, can't wait to play. Denise says, Joe, can you show us what's in the different packages for the Halloween kit, please? I can, yes, and I will do shortly. Are we right? Am I right in saying that they are live, Johnny? They are live. Excellent. So head over to the website. Is it Shop the Show or Shop the Day we need to go? Shop the Day. Head over to the website, hit the Shop the Day button, and they are in there right now. And they're listed individually. So you can go through, pick and choose whether you want all of them or some of them. I'll get the prices for you shortly and we'll go through them in a bit more detail. But if you do want to get them quickly, which you will have to be, because we know what happened yesterday when we launched that box, we have got a smaller selection back and it is live now on the website. So head over there, have a little look, but do not dilly and dally. Don't miss out on that.
Absolutely, we will. Well, we know. I mean, Joe, it's never happened before. I've never had it happen to me before, where we've sold out an half an hour in the launch show. But yeah, so if you did like it and you did miss out, We will go through in more detail for you, but yes, you've got an opportunity to get hold of. It isn't the kit, so it's not the box, but it is a real lot there that you can get yourself going with, so that you haven't missed out completely, and that's what I love about it. Now, again, literally, when you've done all of the colouring in, and I'm just going to bring in my finished one so you can see there, that is the result that you'll end up with. Again, you could, of course, use other elements in there with your masking tape, with your extra scenes, stencils that are in there as well, but I wanted to keep it really quite nice and simple for the first one. And then if I just let me move all these little pieces out of the way. Well, I can tell I'm going to get messy today, I know I am. But yes, and I will make sure I put these little bits back in between. This is when you can then create apertures as well. So I think this was me towards the night before Christmas, and I just used, and it's like with anything when I do this, I've used some of the luxury red mirror card. Well, actually, that's the satin, do you know the satin one that's in there? And twas the night before Christmas. Yes,
would you cut those together or separately, Debbie?
Together.
Together, yeah?
Yes, together. Now, I've already pre-done this, but I will talk to you through it. And like I said, I've got more demonstrations lined up today. But you use that aperture to create the cut through, the see-through bit, where that can then sit into the background as such. Got my little masking tape there. Told you it was still tacky. So literally, when I do it together, and I've talked about this often when I do mine, but I literally pop a little bit of the dotty tape into one of the corners in the bottom corner, so it just holds it into place so that I can get that cut through. Now, of course, you could do that cut through your 3 pieces and with my card, but I've done it a little bit differently. So I've got my matte and layer for the background. This is a 6x6 card, and all I've done, do you know the matte and layer dies that we have? Yeah. And there's the 6x6 ones and the 5x7. This is one of from the 6x6 ones that's gone down an inch to create this perfect aperture, and then I'm going to stick that over the top. But of course, you can, take this and cut through the front as well, and that way then you can line them all up. So, but I'm going to go in with this one. It's just that I carry my matte and layer dies around with me everywhere. Oh, this isn't Twas the Night Before Christmas. This is one of the new ones, isn't it? This is the Winter Solstice.
Winter Solstice, yeah, we've got those on the show actually, Winter's Tale and Winter Solstice. I'll share those with you shortly.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
And we've got Frosty and Bright as well, so I'll share those with you. Oh, could you hear me? The fact that I was down in the craft vault rummaging there.
Did you go down in the craft vault again?
I did, yeah. Melinda also comes and says, "Oh, I forgot about the Spectrum pens too. Haven't got those yet." Oh, there's a whole new world of fabulous stuff to explore, Melinda.
The Illustrator's still on there because they had the Illustrator deal from
Brilliant
last night,
deal from yesterday, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Angela says, "What I love about Crafters TV, when I order products, I make a note of the show that inspired me, so I can go back on when I get to use them." So yeah, absolutely. Every single show we've ever done is available on the website. You can go and watch them back any time you like, which is amazing. And Stephen says, "I'll be ordering the Halloween stamps and dies and the Punny Christmas and so on today." Yeah, they are live, those individual items, and I'll give you the details of them really, really shortly. But they're over on the Shop the Day section of the website. Johnny tells me how quickly they're already going, so you will need to be fast for those.
Right, I'm just trimming my edges off, Joe, because I've gone a little bit over with my piece, but I'm going to trim that down just so I've got a nice... Yeah, I'm just trying to trim a little bit more off. There we go. Just so I've got a nice frame, a nice border around there. So just make sure I've got that nice and even. One of my hero tools. Oh, do you know? I tell you, I've got a lot. I've got a lot of hero tools. My guillotine. All my days, I love my guillotine, and I've got both the small and the large one. But I use this I use it every single day I craft. It's one of those tools that I just cannot be without, and I do love it for the reason that it gives me those sharp, crisp. Literally crisp cuts every single time. I'm just going to trim this off because I think, I need to trim a little bit off. Let me just grab my pencil for a second, Joe. No problemo.
Remember, full 2-hour launch coming up on this a little later with myself and Debbie. So that's 2 p.m. in the UK, 9 a.m. East Coast, 2 whole hours of demos. You'll have all the inspiration in this show. You'll have that launch day. We'll no doubt have a craft along planned with these really soon as well. But it is very busy on this morning. Lots of you going for this. No surprise. I think this sort of style and it's really nice, isn't it, Debbie, to incorporate stamps, dies and stencils all together in the one bundle.
Yeah, it is. Absolutely it is. I'm just going to make sure that now sits neatly. Yeah, quite happy with that. Maybe just a little fraction off this side. Right, just a little bit more. That's the lovely thing about our guillotines. Can I just tell you, look at that. Even
fly's
the
eyelash.
tiniest of slither. A what lash?
A fly's eyelash.
A fly. I thought it was a wasp eyelash.
A fly's eyelash.
Is it a fly's eyelash?
Warthog's nostril.
Or a whaty?
A warthog's nostril.
A waterhog's nostril?
Nostril, yeah.
I've never heard that either.
No.
You come out with some beauties, you, Joe. I swear you do.
An emu's toenail.
Right, I'm going to put a little bit of tape just around the edge of my frame, and I'm just going to go just as close. You know what would look lovely as well? Maybe, do you know, on the acetate, to create some acetate fronts as well. I think this would be lovely, but I'm just going to go around all the edge, like so, and then stick on my first piece and my first panel, and just position that into place. There we go. Looks about right. I might have to trim my cord down a little bit because, not that I'm a perfectionist, but I am. I like things to be nice and neat. I always have been the same, I really have. But yeah, there we go. I'm just going to now build up this lovely scene using those papers. Just using some tacky glue just around the edge. But yeah, I'm looking forward to the launch, Josh. I'll give you a sneaky peek later on of all the things that are coming up.
Brilliant.
All the different styles that I've got for you for our launch. Because this is beautiful, and I'm not surprised. So it's quite a nice traditional kind of Christmas collection, this one, and a very usable one. And the fact of having the dies and the stencils and the stamps to be able to create different things, to interlock them, to interchange those scenes, to give a different. Do you know if you were batch making like a so like the snow globe, you could create different scenes in each single one, and no two cards would look the same.
Yeah. Absolutely.
That's what I love about it. It offers you something that little bit different. And again, just a beautiful collection. Leanne and the team, again, have outshone themselves. They really have. Now, when I pop that down, you can see I've got that lovely frame, but that's going to sit into the background. So this is when I could either lift it with some foam pads. On this occasion, I am going to pop some wet glue, so some all-purpose Kalal glue, because I want a bit of wiggle time to get it into the right position for my aperture. So I'm just going to pop that down just gently, and I'm not going to worry too much, because if the glue does splurge out, it doesn't matter, because it is, of course, all-purpose, and it means that if you've got any that's come out, you can actually just rub it away. It doesn't leave any residue or any marks, and it's perfect for matting and layering each and every single time. And I absolutely love it. And even on that backdrop, doesn't that really stand out? Sometimes keeping things nice and clean and simple makes a difference, but you could put some acetate at this point on this side to create a little bit of a glass, you know, lovely piece there. And then I'm just going to finish it off very simply with a sentiment, and I've got a little sentiment that's come off the stamps as well, which is have a very merry Christmas. And I'm just going to mat and layer that onto a little piece of the matching cardstock, like so. I'm just going to go in.
Really lovely colour combo as well. The red and the blues together, striking. Yeah. Pam, I mean, I appreciate Pam's comment, but I'm not so sure. Pam says Joe is so smart. I'm always amazed at all the things he knows. Oh, there you are. Thanks, Pam. I mean, you might have a bit of misplaced faith there, but I appreciate it all the same.
You'll take it. And then if I put that down just on that bottom corner, and then just finish it off with a little bit of a bow in the corner. Of course, you could be using things like your gems and all those kind of things, but I do love a beautiful ribbon just in there. And again, you've got that lovely snow globe scene where you open it up, and you've got your scene in the background, but how beautiful does that look when it's all brought together? It really is a gorgeous collection, and I've just kept it really clean and simple for the first one. I am going to show you later on in this show how to create your card bases.
Excellent.
I absolutely love that as well. But I'm going to have a little clear up, Joe.
Yeah, let me take you through exactly what you're getting then, because it is a really nice size collection, this. First up, you are going to get, this is a Yuletide snow globe outline that you're getting in here, and then what you get is you get the stencil that goes alongside that. So this one here then is all your different stencils that you've got in there, and that is your Yuletide snow globe stencil. Then you've got exactly the same but for the bauble style, so that is your bauble die there, and then you've got your bauble stencils which go alongside that as well. So that's going to create the main sort of foundation of the collection for you. Then we also move into all of those incredible stamps that you're going to be able to use to sort of build up those scenes within the focal point of your project. Now, you can absolutely use these away from the collection. The craft police are not going to come knocking on your door and say, what do you think you're doing? That's meant to be used as a collection. You will get loads of craftability out of these. So this one here is Home for the Holiday. Then you've got Alpine Village. This is lovely. It reminds me of like a Christmas market somewhere, you know, on the continent, Debbie, like Scandinavia maybe. This one here is Celebrate the Season with the robin there. I love the holly you've got in there. I can imagine some of our glossy highlights on those little holly berries are going to look amazing. This one is Woodland Winter Stamp that you've got just there. And this is going to create all of those different silhouettes that you might want to create, as is this next one here, which is your Holy Night. We've got the donkey, we've got the manger, all of that classic Christmas imagery. And then you've got Arctic Delights in there too, more of a sort of nature-themed one. All of them got individual sentiments included for you as well, which is brilliant. So it's a really good-sized collection. You are getting everything you can see there. You are also getting that brand new masket tape that you saw Debbie using just there a moment ago. That is coming included for you as well. Now, £60.70 or £77.95, that's a really good discount of £15, just under $20. But of course, everyone's able to use the Club Inspire discount too. So Platinum members, £48.56 or £62.36. It is really busy on this today. We don't have as many of these as I thought we might have, and they are going very quickly already in this wake-up call. This is just like a preview. This is just, you know, whetting your appetite, warming you up for the main event, which is going to be that launch day. 2 full hours on that project. Product from 2 p.m. here in the UK, 9 a.m. East Coast, 6 a.m. for you guys over on the West Coast. Something else you might want to add in alongside those is an amazing selection of water-reactive ink pads that have been put together specifically to complement this collection. So you've got your Midnight, you've got Parakeet, the Crushed Velvet, Damson Wine, then you've also got Fuchsia, Green Topaz, Smoked Pearl, and you'll get the Spa Blue in here as well. So really lovely sort of wintry blues and greys in there. You're getting 2 of them for free in that particular configuration. You pay for 6, we send you 8, which is really good value. And there's also some cardstock that we've put together, which we think you're going to love. It's your luxury Christmas cardstock collection. So this one here is your precious metals. So this is your Centura Pearl, 36 sheets in there, which is excellent. Let me show you the different colours that you've got in here. Oh, hello, making a bit of a mess, aren't I? Let's just pop that down there. Let me show you this one first. So this one here is your precious metals, and that's got all of those gorgeous metallic tones in there. Then you're going to get the Christmas green and the Christmas red. You're getting both of those for free in the glitter, which is amazing. And then what we've also got is your luxury cardstock. So in the luxury cardstock, you are going to get the red. Now this is brilliant because you're getting 10 sheets of glitter, 10 sheets of the mirror and 10 sheets of the matte mirror in there, which is brilliant. So you're going to get the red, the green, and you get the gold. That's a big selection of cardstock. That's 146 sheets in total there. 15% is your saving, £41.96 or £65.84 if you want to get your hands on that lovely lot just there. Right, very, very busy. We are going to take a really short break. We're going to give you an opportunity to check out your basket. So whilst you do that, here's all the details of Club Inspire.
Welcome to Club Inspire, the crafters' companion community where you can feed your crafty obsession. Join our fantastic loyalty club today and receive 20% off your first order. We'll also give you 250 points to help get you started. Other benefits of joining Club Inspire include exclusive special offers and discounts for Club Inspire members only, exclusive sneak peek previews of brand new product launches, and of course the Club Inspire community group on Facebook, where you can access exclusive content such as downloads, offers and inspiration, and of course you can chat and share your makes with other members. You'll receive 1 point for every £1, dollar or euro you spend, and the more points you receive, the more benefits you'll unlock. So what are you waiting for? Sign up, join the club and start rewarding yourself today.
I have have to tell you, every single person works tirelessly behind the scenes, and I can't just give a shout out to one person, because for me it has to be John, Tracy and Jake.
Going to give a shout out to our backstage hero, and I'm actually going to say heroes. It has got to be our product coordination team. It's got to be.
Because without those three people, when we're on air, we wouldn't be able to function like we do. They make sure we have everything we need, right from the samples to the product to having a drink of water throughout the show. They really look after us.
You see us day in, day out, 7 days a week, live on TV. We're crafting away, we're hopefully inspiring you. Every single card, every single product, every single tool that we touch has come from product coordination. Those guys are the unsung hero. They're there making sure we have the products, we have the inks, we have the tools, we have everything that we need. We have the power to actually work our Gemini ranges. The smooth running of behind the scenes of Crafters TV is all down to our product coordination team. Favourite core product at Crafters Companion that I use day in and day out on Crafters TV, of course, has got to be the Gemini Junior. I absolutely love my Gemini Junior. I'm going to say 95% of the die cutting that I do is going to fit on an A5 platform. Therefore, it's going to fit within my Gemini Junior. I always have it at the side of my crafty desk at home. Where possible, I always have it at the side of me on Crafters TV. Whether I am going to be doing the die cutting, whether I am going to be doing our embossing with folders and stencils, all of which are going to fit on the Junior. I love the size of it. I love that it gives me a little bit more space, but I love the fact it takes nothing away from the A4 Gemini. It's exactly the same. It holds the exact amount of pressure. You can do the same with the pause and the reverse function. I will forever be grateful to Leanne for bringing out the Gemini Junior. It is the one I love, I adore, I will use day in and day out, and you know what? I'm going to constantly use it day in and day out because I love it that much.
Here at Crafters TV, it couldn't be easier to get social with us. Whether you're watching on Facebook or YouTube, on your TV or tablet, you can get so close to the action, it's like you're in the studio with us. You can ask questions about products or crafty techniques. Get hints and tips from our expert demonstrators. Plus, share pictures of your crafty makes with our amazing community. Crafters TV, getting you closer to the crafty action.
Those are having a right old giggle on the sofa there. Did you see that? I've just seen Debbie Fisher, actually. She's lurking around backstage. I don't know what she's up to. She's not meant to be here. I'm surprised I've let her in today. Surprised I've let her in today. No, we let her in any time she likes. I want to talk to you about this Halloween collection that we've just put back on the website. Just to give you a bit of context, if you weren't here yesterday, what happened was we launched the new Box Sarah Signature collection, and it sold out within about 20 minutes of our launch day show. I mean, I've not known a response like it in a very, very long time for any kind of product. So the team have worked really, really hard. We haven't been able to get the box collection back in stock, but we have put this together. Now, what this was something that was meant to going out to one of our retail partners. So we've managed to take that stock and bring it to you. We don't have thousands of these, is what I would say. As you can see there, you've got 3 different sets of of embossing folders, stamps, stencils and dies. Debbie's going to take us through the contents in just a second. 3 different collections there and a 32-page paper pad. The only way to get a hold of the 32-page paper pad is within this bundle with the other items. $34.96 or $45.80 if you want to get that collection right there on your screen. If you want just the embossing folders, stamps, stencils, and dies, they are available individually as well. Check the website for those. Pretty much everyone, though, already going for this. The 6x6 pad was not available either in the Signature collection yesterday, so it's really cool to have that available on the show. Under £28 or $37 if you are a Platinum member. How exciting, Debbie, that we've managed to get a hold of, because it's the same imagery, isn't it, that we saw yesterday,
yes,
just a very different configuration.
Exactly that, which is what's exciting about this, because we had no idea. I can say, and on my heart, on my grandkids' lives, I did not know that this was going to be available. We found out 30 minutes before
this morning, didn't we?
You what, sorry?
I heard a scream. I thought someone had hurt
and
themselves,
literally
Debbie.
at 10:30 this morning, Johnny came, he went, look what we've got. I went, what's this? And I went, top of my voice. We're like, oh my God, you're kidding me. So this is really exciting. It's this, so of course, obviously that was a sausage collection in a box. It's elements from there that we've brought in, and I'm saying we, it has been something that's come from somewhere else. But they're lovely kits. Take a look at this. I'm going to go through each one of you with you. So the Wicked Witch Craft Kit is the first one. Comes in this beautiful presented, lovely packaging with the imagery and a little bit of a kind of thing that you can be doing with the items that's in this particular one. But don't forget, for that price on the screen, you can, for there. Higher, Debbie, lower.
27.97, 36.64.
There.
Higher, lower, higher than
there.
that.
Give that a little
Top,
pull.
middle or bottom?
Top, middle or bottom.
What's a hot spot not?
But let me show you, because I love that game. That was Michael Barrymore, weren't it? Was that, yeah, Strike It Lucky. That's right, yeah, it is. Just thinking.
I love that show.
I absolutely love that show. So you've got the embossing folder, which you will recognise. It's the same embossing folder that was in that original Sausage Clicks. What I'm going to say to you is, if you know somebody who was really disappointed, and I had a lot of messages yesterday. I tried to go through as many as I could last night, but we're getting a little bit late, so I tried to answer as many as I could this morning as well. But yeah, this is that opportunity if anybody missed out the first time round with this gorgeous kit, because it really is beautiful. I'm going to put that under these so you can see the stencil. So you've got in this kit, let's put that there, embossing folder 4x6 with that lovely spider's web design. You've got the dies. So in this die set you've got the black cat, the cauldron and the witch. Don't worry about the broom, because the broom is covered here in the form of a stencil, which means you can pop her onto her broom and position her onto that broom. You've actually got the stencils. This is one of the stencil sets that was in there, with all the same detail, with those two witches, with the hats, with the pumpkin, the cauldron and the bubbles there, the stars, the black cat, a lot crammed into that one. And then of course the cutest little stamp set in the form of the little magic cat. I called him this one because he stood on his book of spells and potions, and of course you've got that lovely sentiment with the Happy Halloween with that hat in there. So that is your witchcraft kit. Now I'm going to go through each one of these individually so you can see
How much are these individually? Let me just find out for you. They're $9.99 individually in pounds, so in dollars they are $12.95. Details are there for you, Debbie.
And can we get these individually?
You can get these individually. The only way to get the paper pad is to go for the bundle.
Right, okay, that's fine, because these kits, with or without that paper pad, you're going to be able to use, because they're absolutely incredible, and I know that you're loving them. I know how much you love them. Absolutely fabulous. So in here we've got the Haunted House Craft Kit. So with the Haunted House Craft Kit, again, you're getting that embossing folder. Now if you are going for that old kit, all I can see is this is a great gift to give to someone. Maybe it's a kit that you want to give to someone, maybe it's one that you want to keep for yourself, and if you have, you've got all three embossing folders, which means you can work on bigger projects and things like that as well. But again, absolutely fabulous. Or you can gift that to someone. It's entirely up to you. So you've got the 4x6 embossing folder. This one you've got the, what did I call him yesterday? Did I call him the Mouse Dracula?
Ratcula.
Oh, Ratcula, that
Ratcula.
was it. Yeah, I like yours better. And you are spooktacular with that lovely pumpkin on there, and again a lovely image in the form of a stamp. And then the dies in this one. And again, if you watched the show yesterday, you can see that this, if you go for that whole bundle, it practically is more or less the collection, apart from the gems, the cards and envelopes, and the ribbons. I think everything else is covered.
Pretty much all
so
the
you've
other
got
stuff,
the ghoul, you've got the haunted house, and you've got the tombstone. So that's that one. And then again in this stencil, and this is where I first started. Remember that very first demo I did at the beginning of the day? I did a background scene.
I love that.
Yeah, using the tree, the birds, you've got the upside down bat and then two different sized bats, the owl that can sit on the tree, the black cat that can be sat under there, the grass scenes there, and the two different tombstones. So again, another lovely kit in the form of the haunted, and that's the Haunted House kit. And then lastly of the kits, we've got the Pumpkins Galore your craft kit. I love it, absolutely love it. Again, little indication of what you can be making on the front and give you a little idea into what you can do. So with this one, again, you've got that 4x6 embossing folder. And then this time we've got the stamp set is the pumpkin. Now again, if you are going for that full bundle, do you know we had the haunted house one? It was the haunted house, wasn't it? Yeah, the haunted house craft kit where you've got the ghoul or the ghost. You've got the faces that you can pop in there as well. It doesn't have to be the pumpkin, it can be one that you can do there. So you've got the rabbit pumpkin, look how cute, with the Halloween banner, the spider's web.
It looks like it's flying, that pumpkin, I don't know why. You put some little wings on it, it could be a little flying pumpkin.
Oh yeah, you could do if you wanted to. You've got the trio pumpkins, you've got the realistic looking spiders when you die cut those out. You've got the pumpkin, and then lastly you've got the stencil pumpkin, because I don't know if you noticed, but this is, if you look at that full bundle that you're going for, $34.96 or $45.80, platinum price $27.97, $36.64, you have got a great Halloween kit right there. And also, if you're going for that full bundle, Joe, do you get in there?
Well, yeah, you've got the option here, haven't you? So you can either go for absolutely all of it, and the only way to get hold of this element is to go for the full collection, which is on your screen, which is quite amazing, really, because you've got 24 elements in there, plus the 6x6 pad for under £35,
and
which
it's
is brilliant value.
32 double-sided sheets, and again, it's uncoated, but it's the same imagery. All this one does with these is gives you a little scene, maybe for your smaller cards, maybe it's an Halloween party invitation you want to do. So you've got your strip scenes again, double-sided, so again you can see that beautiful imagery that you had in that box. But this time, 2, 3, 4, let's carry on, 5. Oh, is that the same design there? It's a different one, isn't it? Yes, so you're getting 4 of each in there. That's the other scene. Can you see the difference between the two? I love this one. It's really spooky, that one. But yeah, 2 different scenes, but again in the same style. Again, beautifully double-sided, so you're getting 4 of those. You've got the strip scenes in this one, and again you could take these down. These could be wrapped around your gift bags,
that would look great on a double Z fold, wouldn't it?
Absolutely, yes, where you don't have to do much decoration there, you can use that. But again, double-sided in terms of that paper. But again, look, all of them in here. I love my favourite one. I told you my favourite one.
They almost look like they've been inked around the edges already, don't they? Very clever. They look like someone's gone in with a water reactive ink pad around the edge on those and done that already for you.
I mean, that looks like I've just taken my black like I did yesterday. Looks like I've gone round there. It's already in there for you. And then, of course, you've got the lovely pumpkins there. You've got those beautiful scenes, the Harlequin paper. And again, just take a look. Honestly, this is fabulous. I love, another one that I love is the cauldron and the witch's broomstick one. I absolutely think that is adorable. And that's 32 double-sided sheets in 6x6, along with all your other kits.
And the only way to get that papers is in this bundle. So, I mean, a lot of people were raving about the papers yesterday, weren't they? Saying, could we get extra papers? And genuinely, I had no idea. None of us knew that this existed yesterday. So, I mean, we're really lucky to have it back. But if you want the papers, you will need to buy that collection that's there on your screen. If it's the other individual elements you want, so the embossing folder with the stamps, the dies and the stencils, they are available over on the website. You'll be able to go over there and get those. I bet you're just chuffed that you can do some more demos with it, aren't you? More than anything.
Oh, I absolutely will. I just said to when Johnny went, I can do a demo, because he said to me, have you got a demo plan, Debbie? I was like, oh, have I? Yeah, absolutely. I had a fair few left over since we never got round to doing it, because you absolutely loved that Sarah Signature Collection box. For me, this is not a runners-up prize. This is another opportunity to get hold of a stellar collection that you've been asking for year in, year out. Can we have an Halloween collection? It's just in a different configuration, but absolutely equally, whether you go for one set or whether you go for the whole set, you can absolutely. For me, you could take one of those sets, and then you could, if you have your paper library, you could use the Halloween papers in there if you wanted to.
Perfect.
And you've got a set there this is what I call this is not the consumable part. This is the using year in, year out collection. So whether it be one of them that you go for, or that full bundle, the only consumable part of that is the paper, because the rest there are things that are going to last you every single Halloween in from this year to the future ones as well. Absolutely incredible.
Yeah,
and we
really
will
is.
do a demo. Are we doing a demo in a bit with this or later?
Oh, I don't know. We'll find out. We
I'll
might
do
do
one
one a little
later if
bit
you want.
later. Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah.
And that price, just to clarify, is for the bundle there on your screen: $34.96, $45.80, under £30, just over $36 if you are a platinum member. Don't miss out on that. We don't have, again, we actually, am I right in thinking we have less of this bundle than we had of the boxes yesterday? Is that right, Johnny? That is the case. So you know how quickly that went yesterday. We're expecting exactly the same thing to happen here today with that particular collection. If you do want it, get it in your basket and get it checked out. I know a lot of you are shopping for that right now over on the website at the moment. Let's go back, though, to, we've ended up with a double launch day today, haven't we, Debbie? We've done very, very well. We have. I know, very, very good. Now, this brand new launch for you, Celebrate the Season. We knew this would be popular just after Debbie's first demo. Already 10% of this has gone. You're getting a lot in here for the money. That was what I said to you, wasn't it, this morning when I came in, Debbie? I was really pleased at the value with this. It's a big collection for the price that you're paying for it, considering you've got stamps, dies and stencils, and there's a lot packed into this collection. This one here first is your Yuletide snow globe outline. So that's the die that's going to create the outside section and the concept, if you will. Then you're also going to get the Yuletide snow globe stencil in there. This one here is upside down, and that is your Yuletide bauble outline. And again, you're going to get the stencils which allow you to really complete that. And then what you've got is a brilliant selection of stamps that you're going to be able to use within the apertures or the main elements of those. This one's Home for the Holiday that we've got just here. Really cute little cottage there, and you've got the snowmen, the sleigh, the trees there, and the lampposts. And then what you've got is different sentiments for each one. So sending Christmas cheer and Happy Christmas is this one. Then this one here is your Alpine Village. This is really, really lovely. Merry Christmas with all the trimmings, that one says there. And what does this one say? Sending lots of Christmas cheer from our home to yours. Nice little embellishing elements as well in each of these collections. This one here is the festive bird stamp. Have a very Merry Christmas and season's greetings in there, along with those gorgeous, gorgeous images of the robin. Then we have got our silhouette one. So this is your woodland winter stamp that you've got there. Really, really classic, isn't it? That one says winter blessings and walking in a winter wonderland. We then have this one, which is your Holy Night silhouette stamp set. And this one says peace on earth, oh holy night, oh come, let us adore him there as well, as you can see. So really great for those maybe more religious connotations that you want to create. And then this one is your Arctic delights that you've got there with your polar bears, your penguins. Igloo, is that the word I'm looking for? Igloo is the word I'm looking for, isn't it? Had to sense check that then there. May all your Christmas wishes come true and let it snow. And again, all of these extra stamps, brilliant to use with the collection, but brilliant to take across lots of your other crafty collections that you may have too. Don't miss out on it. Over 10% of it has already gone. The best way to get the best value, as always, is to get that main collection that you've got there on your screen, because that represents the best value and the biggest saving you're going to get. If you did want to pick and choose and go for any of the individuals, if you're spending over £40 or $50 on individuals, you will get a 10% saving, which you can of course use in conjunction with your Club Inspired discount, as you can with the saving on the main bundle. Are the content so now are the contents the same as the Halloween box size wise? So
yes.
I mean, I think the things that you're not going to get are probably the template.
So it's the box template that's not in there.
The template, the ribbons and the gems.
The ribbons, the gems and the cards and the envelopes. And obviously that box was 8x8 paper with a contrasting cardstock, but there was only, if I remember rightly,
16 sheets. So you're going to get double the amount of papers instead of the card.
6x6 pads,
Yeah.
yep. But exactly the dies and the stencils, the embossing folder and the stamps are all the same size as what was in the box.
And it's the same imagery, the same artwork that we've used, isn't it, for that?
Yes.
So it is slightly different. There's no getting away from that. It is a slightly more compact collection, but that's why that's represented there in the price as well. I think if you missed out on it yesterday, the Halloween box, I would absolutely be snapping that up right now in this show. And again, if you want to find that, head over to the website, details there in the corner of the screen, hit the Shop the Day button under the video that you'll see here. You'll see this. on the home screen. Hit the Shot of the Day button underneath and you can see absolutely everything in there, including those brand new Halloween items that have just been launched today. And as far as I'm aware, that is it.
Well,
when it's gone, that really is it. It's gone. It was a surprise to us today, wasn't it, Debbie?
Because all the boxes went here yesterday at Crafters TV, across our website as well. I think we've heard from the HSN side that all of that stock has gone. The only stock that we know of is the Hobby Maker one that's launching on, but let me just tell you, there's only a little bit. So I promise you, I'm not sure what's happening with that, but what I can guarantee is this is where you can get hold of the collection. It isn't in the box form, so it's not the box form, they're in packets in there, but I can promise you that if you love that box, you will equally love this. And for any of your friends that missed out, if you know someone right now, I know it's still fairly early, I think it's about 7 a.m. Is it just gone 7 a.m. in
it is.
Yeah, about 4 a.m. in the morning over the Pacific time.
10 past 7.
Yeah, just let them know, send them a message, drop a little message, ping them a little message, tell them it's available right now on our website. It isn't the box, but it is a kit. I'm not going to lie, if you're buying that full bundle, it's practically having it. The only thing, like I said, that's missing is the card blacks and envelopes, the 8x8 papers and cards, but you've got the 6x6 pad in that full bundle, and the gems. And the ribbons, that's it.
And also,
the box template, that's
what
the
I would say is definitely go back to the shows yesterday. We had a brilliant Halloween selection of Centura Pearl as well. Pop that in your basket alongside it. That's going to give you lots of perfectly coloured cardstock to use with the collection itself. And then what you've got is the extra papers within the bundle as well. So, I think you're going to get as much craftability out of that as you would have out of the box, don't you, Debbie? If you've already got things like, your own gems, ribbons, pearls, and all those kind of things.
Absolutely, because it's the consumable side that's not there. Apart from the box template, that's which is why it's reflected in the price. Not this one, because this is Celebrate the Season. But honestly, it is a fabulous opportunity to get hold of it. We didn't, genuinely, none of us, producer Johnny, Gorgeous George, Joe, myself, we didn't know this. We didn't know that they were able to do this for us because they've had to do some Fast and Furious kind of things in terms of the bundles that were going out to some of our trade. So absolutely, opportunity now, but we can't guarantee, and we really don't know. I would imagine, Joe, that this is it. This is it. And
end.
I did ask the question yesterday about...
The very end.
Yeah, we won't be able to get any more of the boxes in or anything like that.
No, absolutely not.
That's a definite no. There's just not enough time. Right, shall we go back to Celebrate the Season?
Yes, let's indeed.
Honestly, I love this collection. I'm going to move on to the Yuletide bauble outline. So, of course, where everything starts with is that lovely die cut, which again, I just think is so detailed, so beautiful. But then you've got all of this space to add the stencil and the stamps to get creating. So I'm going to talk you through each one of those. Again, you've got a little bit of inspiration on the front. The masking tape that you are going to get with your bundle, if you're going for the entire bundle, will come in really, really handy for creating these kind of scenes, which I will be covering later on in the launch show. But honestly, it's so easy to use. And you not just have to use that masking tape within this collection, you can actually use it for other things as well. Now I've got the stencil. I'm just going to bring back in my dark cardstock so you can see it a little bit better, because it's always very difficult on a glass mat. So if I put that there, you've got the stencil that fits the die. Have I got the right one there? Yes, I have, Debbie. Of course you have. You've got the beautiful stencil of that lovely shaped ornament with the bow, the holly and the sprigs coming out, the ribbon that's positioned to fit beautifully into the die cut and give it some real wow factor. And then of course in this one you've got your background scenes of your masks and your stencils in there to create some lovely background scenes. In terms of behind that robin there, you can actually see it looks like it's perched over some nice snowy mountains. Absolutely beautiful. Again, absolutely fabulous. I adore this collection. I know Debbie Fisher, she launched this down yesterday on the other channel and you guys loved it too. So it's a beautiful collection. And then you've got the stamps. Oh, can't see it on the black. Let me move that out of the way. So you've got these gorgeous stamps. Can we see that? Let me bring a piece of wide cardstock. It might be a bit easier. Again, let's just show you. So you've got the stamps. And this is now, again, I did say this earlier on, but all of these stamp sets that come with either one, you can interchange in between the two. So you could have it in the snow globe, you could have it in the ornament. And again, scenes that you can take out of this and use in other parts of your crafting. And each one of these scenes, if I just move those out of the way, we've got the home for the holidays, the woodland winter, and the Arctic delights. I love this. I absolutely love this. I am actually going to use this one in a second. But these are nice because you've got silhouette ones on here. So all you're going to need is a good ink. You can use your pigment opaque pigment ink pads, quick dry inks, your permanent inks, whatever it is that you want to use. Then you've got a lot of what I call the colouring ones, and they're not the ones that will daunt you in colouring. They're lovely, nice size for any age, to make it quick as well. So, but you can get some really wow factors, as you've seen with those samples at the top of the show. But again, look at that beautiful scenage there that you've got. And like I said, the stamps that I showed you in that first collection, you can actually absolutely mix and match and create some beautiful scenes in there as well. So let me just move those to one side, Joe, because they're the ones I'm going to use. I'm going to use the stencil as well, and I'm going to use the die cut too. So, and I'm going to use the stencil that's in here. And again, the difference there is that you've got the mask as well as that stencil to be able to create some lovely scenes. It's entirely up to you how you use these or the effect that you want to do. But again, all I would recommend is keep them in the bag so that you don't lose them, because there is some smaller elements to that one. But literally pop that back in there, and there we go. So let's have a play. Right, so I've got some multi-purpose cardstock again. Gosh, it's sticking down on everything today, Joe. My goodness me. And then
I tell you what, it's a lot nicer today, isn't it? The temperature, Debbie. It feels like we've had some. It's a welcome. It's fresher today, isn't it?
Yes, a welcome change from the.
Well, it's 18 degrees outside. Yeah, rather than 28 as it's been the last few days.
Yeah, a nice change from the. Oh my days! It was.
It was still really warm last night, though, wasn't it?
I was really warm last night, which hence why I had all the windows open in the bedroom. That's very unusual for me. I usually stick the fan on, but I wanted to see if I could generate some fresh air. Is that the right way to call it?
I don't know if it's getting older, but I used to be able to sleep no matter what. Like, didn't matter how cold it got in the room or how hot it got in the room, I would just sleep all the way through. Now, as I'm getting older, I feel like the moment it's like 3 or 4 degrees too warm or 3 or 4 degrees too cold, I wake up. I don't know what's happened. I'm obviously getting a lot less resilient as I make my way through the years.
Bless you. Right, let me put that in there. Again, this is your personal choice. Do you want to stencil first and then, or stamp, then stencil, colour, die cut? What is it that you want to do? I'm going to go in with the die cut first, but I'll try and cover all the different ways in the launch show later on. So if I just take off the back in there, again, do you know, to create your aperture of your frontage of your cards, wouldn't that look lovely? I am actually going to make a card blank with this one. And I say a card, I'm going to make an unusual card shape using this beautiful bauble. So for me to do that, and you can do it with easel cards. I've got an easel card planned later. But to do the card itself that I'm going to do right now, you'd cut this out twice. So you'd create yourself another template so that you've got two.
Brilliant.
And then what you would do, Joe, is at the very top, you're going to use your scoreboard. If I just bring this one in for a second, use your scoreboard and just place a score line going across the top. Now, when it comes to easel cards, you would do one going across the top. And if I just, let me get that the right way so you can see what I mean. Let's give that a fold in, like so. If you were going to do an easel card, you would put one through the centre as well, and then cut yourself a third base so that you could act that as an easel. And I will go through that with you later on. But what that will enable me to do is create a little anchor for the back of the card. Match that up, and you've got a lovely card blank. Now, before I do that, I'm going to do all the detail in the front part. So that one for now can go to one side, and we'll come to sticking that down in a moment. So where do we start? Shall we start with, let's start with stamping. It's a bit different. We'll start with stamping. So I'm going to use the gorgeous, love these penguins. I love the polar bear though. I absolutely love this stamp set. I don't know, I'm trying to kid because I love it all. But again, you've got all the ways where you could put the trees in the background there. Or you could, because you've got the whole kit, you could do a bit of mix and match. I love this one here. This is a nice one as well, what you could use to create more of a fuller piece. But you can get that technique with the smaller ones on your masking tape as well. But for now, we're going to use those beautiful, too cute little penguins. Aren't they super, super cute? I love those. Giving each other a little kiss. Little kiss on the nose, look. Beautiful.
Oh, so cute.
I get so carried away when I get a little bit giddy when I get like things like this. I am going to bring in my stamping platform because the mystery still stands. I don't know where the rest of the stamping platforms have gone. They've all disappeared. You know,
Someone's been in it. It's like we've been burgled, isn't it?
I feel like we have. I feel like we have. I have noticed though that this is a very clean stamping platform.
Oh, well, don't worry,
Fisher,
Debbie Fisher's here for
building.
Debbie Fisher's here for 2 days, so she'll sort that out for you, Debbie. Don't you worry about that.
Debbie likes to make sure she gives it a double, doesn't move, because she coats the back of it, doesn't she?
Everything's sticky once Debbie's been in.
Deb, do you know what? Debbie thinks like a crafter though, that's the thing. Debbie thinks like a crafter.
Because of the stick and spray is what I'm saying. Because of stick and spray. She likes to stick and spray everything.
She does. She uses this quite a lot because it doesn't leave, it leaves a tacky stick. It's not a permanent stick.
Yeah.
It leaves a tacky one, and it's a residue that can be lifted as well when it's used. You do make me laugh, Joe. I'm going to use a quick dry ink. Let's go in with a quick dry and just literally give that a little coating. I'm going to position those in the centre. They're so cute. So you can see already starting to come together. What I'm going to do though, let me have a think. I think I might use those trees actually. Yeah, I'm going to have a little mix and match. I'm going to have a little play. Let's take that one and we'll have those in the background. So make sure I've got that nice and straight. There we go. We'll go a little bit up. In fact, let me just position this because I've just realised I might have gone a little bit too high. So let me bring those down a little bit. This is why I probably would have done the colouring. Oh, Debbie, you dafty. Right, just ignore me 1 second because I'm going to bring in this one.
Well, Lynn agrees with you, Debbie. Says she loves these Arctic stamps.
They're gorgeous, aren't they?
Really
They are.
lovely.
I love the silhouette design to them as well. Now, I'm just going to position this into place. Now, before I do all my inking, because I want to do a bit of mixed colours, so I'm not going to do it first off. I'm gonna just line that up. Let me give this a little, so I know where I'm going in position-wise. Yep, there we go. That's better. Now I can position it a little bit better. Let's go in. I'm going to move those down a tad. Try not to move it because I haven't cleaned my stamp. Dirty devil. Let's see if I can do that all in one go. Push that down. There we are. Yeah, that's about right. So I'm going to go in and pick those up. I'll do it both together at the same time. I'm not going to worry about the secondary stamp there because it's fine and I can go back in with the ink. And I know our design team, because I know our Debs, she'll have got a fair few that she'll have fetched back. So when we come to do the launch show later on, we'll show you as many samples as we can, because our design team have had a ball with these, an absolute ball. So I know our Debs will have got them back, and we'll at the 2 o'clock, 2 o'clock show, we'll bring those back for you. But again, look how gorgeous that's starting to look. And this is when you can then take your things like your stencils and your masks to create some extra scenes, or maybe you want to use it to create a different look and a different effect. I am going to try along the day, along the launch show, to show all the different ways that you can create this. So I'm just going to hold down my image with a little bit of low tack tape onto my glass mat, and I'm going to bring in, now this is when I could have a few little clouds. I think I might change it up a little bit and have a few little clouds. That were a bit tiny, that little low tack tape, weren't it, Debbie? Talk about frugal. There's no need. There's no need, Debbie, there's no need. There we go, that's better. So I'm going to have a...
Oh, Debbie.
Is it hot in the studio, Joe, is it me? Not want to stick.
It doesn't want to stick, does it?
Doesn't want to stick, no. And I know it's not a piece that I've used because I've just took it off the roll. Midnight, let's go in with midnight again. Where's my little I call it a hoofa-doofa, but it's not a hoofa-doofa.
What, a doofy-doofy?
What's it called? Oh, it's here. So it's all right, I've moved it.
What's a
An
doofy-doofa? Oh, a blending tool.
Thank you.
A
Blending tool.
doofa-doofa.
Yeah. A what?
An oofa-doofa, did you call
An
it?
oofa-doofa. An oofa-doofa, yes, it's an oofa-doofa. It is in my world anyway. It's something I can just grab hold of. I'm going to have a little bit of, use this one just down at the bottom and just go in. Oh, do you know what I forgot to do? Honestly, Joe, you should say, Debbie, have you done this bit first? No, you haven't.
Debbie, have you
I'll
done
come
that bit
back
first?
and do that in a second. That's why I wanted me low tack tape. Let me make sure I've got it the right way around as well, Joe. There we go.
No problemo. Rhonda says this collection is a must-have. It's gorgeous, but that little wolf stamp did it for me for sure.
Yeah.
My son absolutely loves wolves. And the great thing is all these little sort of scene building stamps that you've got that go in the centre of these concepts, you can use them everywhere you want to, which is what we were saying earlier. You know, don't think about just using them in this particular configuration. You can use them across your other crafting too.
Now, I know we haven't got them in stock, but will you forgive me?
Absolutely, we'll forgive you.
Only because I want to get into nooks and crannies of the stencil. So you can do it with your little applicators, but I just want to go in, and I've taken, now I'm not sure of the colour, have you gone through the colour configuration of the ink pad bundle that we've got on the show?
Yes, 8 ink pads in there.
How many?
So in there you have got Midnight, Parakeet, Crushed Velvet, Damson Wine, Fuchsia, Green Topaz, Smoke Pearl and Spar Blue are the 8 that we've got on the show.
That's fine, because there's some nice colours in there to get yourself started with. And it may be that you've already got some of our inks that you can then use as well.
Actives, Debbie, what is it about these that you really like?
Well, they're brilliant for blending, they're brilliant for distressing. So they're quite a versatile ink pads. And obviously they're water reactive as well, so you do get a beautiful blend, so you can mix colours and get a lovely blend, even though they're from a different colour family. When you use a full colour family, you can get a beautiful ombre effect as well. Because they're water reactive, they react to water, so you can do all your fall bleaching techniques. You can use them as a paint, which is surprisingly, a lot of people still don't realise you can. Drop a little bit onto your mats, pick it up with a water brush, and you can paint with them as well. So in, you know, like things like your techniques on your embossing folders, when you want to pick out little pieces in your embossing folders, rather than getting your colouring mediums like your alcohol pens, you can actually paint them with as well. So
we don't see
there's lots of things that you can do with them, and they really are quite a lovely versatile ink pad, which is why I think I love them so much, and I do tend to use them a lot.
Great life advice here from Sylv. She says, careful where you put your oofa-doofa. Maybe like, careful where you put your oofa-doofa.
Yeah, careful where you pop that oofa-doofa, definitely. I don't know about anybody else, but I drop them down places and then I can't find them, and I just think, they're not even little. They're not little items, they're big items that you can, well, I know I'm not the only person, that's all I'm going to say. I'm not the only person that loses things, I'm not.
Absolutely not.
I know I'm not. So I'm going to go in and I'm going to just literally, and again, let me bring in, that's it, I'll use my pine tree. Let me grab hold of me pine one, there we are. Because we've got holly at the back of here as well. I'm just going to make sure, because I just get that position right. There we go. I'm going to use the holly part. Oops. You don't want red, Debbie, cover that up. You wanted the green. Oh, well, we're going to have a little different colour there. But again, just literally take your colours. And this is when you can start to build up and add different colours in there, which is why I know they're not in stock, but they will be coming back in stock. What is it that you do, Joe? Drop in an email?
Yeah, there's an email address underneath. Anything that's sold out, there's always a little box underneath, so you can pop your email address straight and they will email you back. They do come in and out all the time, these, don't they? They're just so popular.
Absolutely, and they do. They genuinely do. So, and they are fabulous, especially for little details. I probably would recommend a smaller brush as well, because the smaller brush will be able to get quite a bit down there too. But I'm just going to highlight certain areas of my area in different colours. I'm going to come down here. Let's come down in this one. Let's pop a little bit of red just down there, and the same on this bottom part. I'm just giving it a little tickle with the ink. You could, like I said, take your glitter paste, texture paste, all those kind of things that you could be using. That I know at Creative Expressions, they're regular guests here. You could be doing those kind of things with their pastes. you may already have some in your collection, but yeah, honestly, it's there's lots of things you can do with a stencil, including, and I will show you how you emboss with a stencil to create a nice raised element, so it almost looks like an embossing folder's done that technique as well. But you can see it's starting to build up, and then like I said, you'll add some more colour, but I'm gonna use, let me go back in and get my blue, because when I realised that I was doing it wrong to start with, I wanted my little white, do you know this little white area, because it gives it a nice frame. So if I go back to drop a bit of, I might use a lighter blue. Let me dab a little bit off and get a little bit of the excess off and just roughly go around the edge. Because I can always add with the scene builder and put in those other sentiments. So I just want to add a little bit of colour around the back. Can you see I went a little bit too heavy-handed there? I wanted to create this little bit of a frame that goes around. And then you can bring in your stencils and add a little bit of definition. So I'm going to give them a little bit more definition there. I'm going to go a little bit, and this is one lovely thing about these is you can actually add more ink to them to create a different scene, a different look. Of course, you could use, let me go in here, you could be using these as well. So you could go in and you could use it to create a little bit of a hilly effect. I'm going to go in with a smaller nib, smaller applicator. Oops, am I dropping
Smaller
things?
oofa-doofa?
No, not calling it oofa-doofa anymore. Not calling it that.
Well, that was short-lived, wasn't it? Honestly,
Do you know,
should have said it twice.
Do you call your oofa-doofa, do you like your telly? Do you know your telly one as well?
I haven't got an oofa-doofa.
Have you not really?
I don't call anything oofa-doofa.
Surely other people. What do you call? A telecontrol.
Telecontrol. You mean the TV remote, Johnny? Yeah.
A TV remote?
The
Oofa-doofa, yes,
clicker.
Johnny, that's
My
it,
dad used to
yes.
call it the clicker a lot.
A
Has anyone seen the clicker?
A clicker, yeah. Clicker's another one. Remote. What's the other? Come
What
on.
do you call it? Let me know in the
Yeah,
comments
that's
what
what I
you
was
call it
just
where
going to
you
say.
are.
What do other people call it?
Crafters TV on Facebook, Crafters Companion on YouTube. What do you call that thing that you used to change the channel? I remember as a kid growing up, we didn't have a TV remote. You had to get up and press the button.
Yeah, do what?
You had to get up and press the button with the TV we had when we were kids.
See, my dad used to work for a TV company. So we were quite posh, but we were one of the first in our area at the time to have one that had a remote control.
Wow.
Way back a very long time ago. But me and my sister found it really fascinating, and we ended up once blowing TV up by changing channel.
Just over and over and over again?
Pressing on, and they ended up blowing it back at TV off. My dad
Debbie,
wasn't
I bet he was
happy.
angry.
My dad wasn't happy, let me just tell you.
Oh dear.
But can you see how using
Really
your masks
cute.
and your stencils, you can create some different little techniques there, and I'm just going to pop a little bit more behind them to give it a little, so I'm grounding them a little bit. Can you see like where they're on that hill?
Yeah.
Of course, when you finished all, when you add it all in, and you can add things like, and I'm going to speed up because we've only got half an hour left of the show. Dear Lord, how did that happen? But honestly, on this one, I've just used, in fact, that's me finished card. Let me bring this back in for a second. I've used honey pot for the bells. I've used the holly and I used the pine tree. The midnight obviously is at the background there, but I've just had a little play around with inks again. But of course, you can add things like glitter. So with that one, I used, and it literally is the fine tip applicator. Now it's a bit difficult to see on there, but I literally just squiggled around the edge there. I actually used a bit of the masking tape to create a little bit of, do you know, where you've taken a bit of the imagery off. So again, literally, you can have a good play with these and create different scenes with them each and every single time. So there's a lot of things that you can
It's
do
really
with them.
pretty, that, Debbie.
There's
Really
like I said,
pretty.
there's two. I mean, these are two different looks, and again, I've not finished this one, but I've created a different look. If you wanted to create that masking technique, all I would have done was put a little bit of the masking tape across. So just rip a little bit off. Let me just show you again what I mean, just so you get an idea. But rip a little bit off there and pop it on, and then stamp over it, and that's how I created that. See, can you see the difference? Just rip a little bit off, stamp over that image, use this as a masking tape, and this is masking tape that you can reuse. It's not something that you would just use once and then throw away, although to be fair, I promise you 10 metres is going to go a long way in crafting. And you can also die cut this as well, so you could die cut it and do all the techniques that you do.
Would you stick it to a piece of card if you were going to die cut it, Debbie? Would you
Well, for
stick it
your
onto a
masking-
piece of
for your
cardstock, die
masking-
cut it, and then take it off of the cardstock?
I'm thinking like of shapes and, you know,
Yeah.
your fancy shapes. I would probably die cut it. Yeah, you could do.
Put it onto a piece of cardstock. Just thinking about how you get it to
I'll
your
be totally
machine.
honest, when I'm doing masking techniques, it's normally when I'm stamping.
Okay.
Because I want to create, like I've said to you, do you know the background scenes of houses and trees in front of it or trees behind it? That's when I tend to use mine. But there is lots of uses with masking tape, and we'll go through all of those later on in that launch show. Because believe you me, masking tape is a wonderful thing. Pebeo drawing gum is absolutely fabulous. It is. It's a great thing, but it's messy. A lot of people don't like it because it's a messy, sticky substance that you have to let dry, then you have to stamp over it, then you have to rub it away. And I know people don't always get on with it. I like drawing gum. I love it. But I'm not going to lie, that has been a game changer for me when we got this. Absolutely amazing. And I love the fact that we've popped it in this kit just to give you a little taster into the world of masking tape and the things that you can do with it. But it's not just for this kit. Can I just say it's not just for this kit? You're going to use this in your crafty stash. This is something that'll sit on your desk that you'll use for a lot of your masking techniques with stencils, with stamps, with dry cuts. You're going to use it a hell of a lot more than you actually would think to. So again, lots of things that you can do with masking tape, absolutely fab. So let's put this card together. So now, as long as I didn't use my blank, I didn't. So we've got the finished piece. And like I said, all that was a little bit of glue over the top once I'd done my masking and added a sprinkling of glitter. And I did it underneath there as well. But you can see the lovely effect that you're getting. And again, all I'm going to do is I'm going to stick those two pieces together, and that's going to act as the anchor at the back. So I'm just going to pop some tape just on here. Now I'm going to use, in fact I'm going to use, where's it gone? Let me use my tacky glue for this one, because I want it to be a strong stick. So I'm just going to go over. Did you say yesterday, Johnny, the fine tip applicators are back in stock?
I'm not sure. We'll have a little check for you. There's a lot of names coming in for the remote control, Debbie.
Oh, lovely. Let me know what you...
The Dobber for telly, says Kate. They call it the
what?
Dobby. Dobber.
I thought you said the dog.
Susan's... The applicators are in stock, Debbie. Susan calls it a remote. Kathy says a remote, but a clicker when the kids were young. Laura says it's just a remote. Karen calls theirs the hurdy-gurdy. The hurdy-gurdy. Wow! Clicker or thingamajig, says Shadia. Kathy says, my grandmother had a remote. It was called Kathy. Please go change the channel. That was my job. Lorna Jane calls it the buttons. Kirsty D says, my granddad calls it the clicker. I call it the remote. My mum suffers with brain fog and she says the Uzi what's it. Or thingy. Yeah, or thingy while doing hand actions. But she does that for other things too. And Rhonda says, we sometimes call it the Memote. My niece called it that when she was learning to talk. The name has stuck.
Oh, that's lovely, isn't it? Right.
It's your thingy walking along the counter. It looked like it was walking along the counter, that die cut.
Would that be fun? It's almost like that spider, when that spider dropped on us yesterday. But there you go. So you can create your own shaped cards, which are really beautiful. And like I said, I've got an easel card later. I think I've got a box. I will show you my samples before we finish the show of the kind of things that we're going to be making throughout that launch show. But I know that you're going to love these. They really are a lot of fun, a lot of ways that you can get creative with them, and so many different interchangeable scenes that you can put in there as well. And then think of it in terms of outside of those stamps, what else could you put in those centres? Think about other things that you have in your stash, in your Christmas stash. Or maybe it is that you just want to use a photo of your loved ones that you could actually pop in there as well.
Really nice way to display a photo, actually. A really lovely photo frame, wouldn't it? Let me take you back through then what you're getting. So you're going to get the die for the snow globe, and then you also get the stamps, the stencils, which allow you to create all of those inky projects around it. Exactly the same for the bauble, and then the stencils that are specifically for the bauble. And then what we do is then we give you all the different stamps and stamps you could need to go alongside this. So you've got Home for the Holidays, that's your Alpine Village, you've got the Festive Birds, something very different, Woodland Winter stamp, the Holy Night stamp, and the Arctic Delights in there as well. 60/70 or 77/95. Our Johnny, he likes an Arctic Delight, doesn't he? Do you remember the story about this? So 60/70 or 77/95, if you want to get it as a collection, you can use your Club Inspired discount. Remember, spend £40 or $50 on any individuals or over, and you'll save 10%. Yeah, Johnny, when he gets in, Johnny, when he once got in from a shift, Debbie, just sat on the sofa, in his pants, and just ate an Arctic roll like a Mars bar. What a man. Man after my own heart. Really is a full Arctic roll. Anyone doesn't know what that is, it's like sponge, ice cream and jam rolled up in a big sausage. Delicious, absolutely delicious. I'll leave you with that thought whilst you go off and check out your baskets.
Welcome to Crafters TV. With more than 35 hours of live shows each week, it's your home for all things craft. So, join our family of craft experts with live tutorials and demonstrations every day. We shine the spotlight on new and innovative crafting products here on Crafters TV. Get creative and craft along with our amazing deals. Your next craft project is only a click away. Tune in live 7 days a week or watch on catch up at crafterscompanion.com, Facebook or our YouTube channel. You can chat to us, craft along and meet new friends in our online crafting community.
You entertain us, you give us a community to talk, in the chat. That wouldn't happen without you guys. It's like Crafters Companion is magical. There's magic here.
You're all our time with each other! You're not through to boot camp, get off!
There's a show for every type of crafter, from first-time dabblers to full-time makers. So, stop what you're doing and enjoy the fun here on Crafters TV. Here at Crafters TV, it couldn't be easier to get your hands on the latest crafty must-haves. Leave the hard work to us while you shop from the comfort of your own living room. Head to the Crafters Companion website to see our full crafty range, or hit the Shop the Day button to see all the new and exciting products featuring on Crafters TV. Once you've filled your cart, leave it to us to get your crafty goodies to you in super quick time, so you can get on with being creative. Crafters Companion, making crafty shopping a breeze.
There's definitely one item at the top of my list, and I've talked about this on air many times. I absolutely love the magnetic stamping platform.
Stamping platform was a game changer for me. Hated stamping before I got that. I just wasn't brilliant. I was pants, as I like to say. But using that, if you don't have one, get one. But using it is a game changer because you get it right every time.
My crafting journey began with stamping and colouring. It's still something that I hold very dear. I love colouring. So being able to stamp out images, colour them in, something that I really enjoy doing. So having that stamping platform allows you to be very accurate.
And you're going to get it right every time. You've got the grid on there where you can line up either your stamps or your card. And you know that it's just, can stamp again and again. So when you've got a stamp that's quite big, or you wanting to ombre your colours or anything like that, you can go in again and again and again and get it perfect every time.
Our craft experts come from all over the UK to HQ up in the northeast, and here they are telling you a little bit about where they're from and what it's famous for.
For the last nearly 30 years, just coming up for 30 years, I have lived in Nottingham, and that's where I still live, and I absolutely love it. Now, anybody that knows Nottingham knows it's famous for Robin Hood, and obviously I'm one of the descendants from Robin, because we're Robin's sons. So yes, I like to think that we are a descendant of Robin Hood somewhere along, obviously, my husband's line.
Well, originally I'm from West Yorkshire, but I live in Norfolk at the minute, and Norfolk is beautiful. I think it's famous for the Broads, the Norfolk Broads. It is a beautiful holiday destination, and we moved there to be nearer to my mother and father-in-law, and I just don't regret it. It's the most amazing place in the world.
So I live in Yorkshire. I'm actually based in Sheffield, which is one of the cities in Yorkshire, and I'm born and bred, absolutely. And the thing that it's most famous for, which if people aren't aware, is that we're known as the Steel City. So lots of steel industry in the past, creating Sheffield steel, of course, stainless steel. Some of them are still working. There are some of the foundries still down in the city centre, but I live right on the very outskirts, and I'm very lucky that I live in a rural part of the area. It's lovely and green, countryside, little picturesque village, and I wouldn't change it for the world.
Thought Jan lived in Rotherham. I think she does, and she's just saying she lives in Sheffield. Lots of chatting away in the comments. Hi, Jan, if you're watching. Terry Tom says that snow globe die on its own looks like Oswald the octopus. It was a cartoon that the kids used to like. Adriana says so pretty, Debbie. Katie Muir wants to know what is the difference between the metallic Gemini cutting machine and the white one. Absolutely nothing, I would imagine, just the colour, Debbie.
The metallic what, sorry?
Metallic Gemini and regular Gemini.
They're the same. It's the same machine. It's the casing. It's the casing that's different. The colour is different.
Shiny. One of them is.
Yeah, it
Absolutely.
is. But yeah, there's no difference whatsoever. It's the same powerful die cutting and embossing machine. The same plate configuration with and everything about it's the same apart from the colour. So there's no difference.
Yes, so you knock yourself out. Don't actually knock yourself out. That's really bad advice. I mean, go for whichever one you want is what I'd say, based on whether you are a shiny or a non-shiny person. I'd imagine if you watch Clubs TV, you're quite a shiny person. Anyway, I'm waffling. Let's move on. I want to remind you again about this bundle of Halloween goodies. This is going really, really quickly again. Do you know what? I don't know if it'll make it. It might not make it to launch party, you know. I know we've got our 2-hour launch day with our brand new collection of the stamps, dies and stencils. We're hoping to feature this a little bit later in our launch party show this evening, 6 p.m. in the UK, 1 o'clock East Coast, but it is going very, very fast. The only way to get the 32-sheet 6x6 pad is in this particular bundle, and then you've got 3 other collections of embossing folders, stamps, dies and stencils in here. It is really busy on this. Under £28, just over $36 to get this as a platinum member. The box collection we bought you yesterday, totally sold out. We've worked so hard to get you some product back, and that's exactly what the team have done, but it is going really, really quickly. It's a gorgeous collection, isn't it, Debbie? And nice that it uses and utilises all the same artwork and imagery that was in the signature collection we saw yesterday.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's the lovely thing about it. So the dies are the same, the stamps are the same. There's no difference in sizes. They're all the same. That were in that solid signature collection box. The stamps. Cute stamps, and I say cute because they're Halloween themed, but they are still cute. Lots of scary elements, spooky elements in here. You can do things like your bunting, you can do things like your party invitations, your card making, all sorts of different things that you can do with this collection. I had a blast playing with mine on my live the other night, absolutely enjoyed every minute of it because you can get so creative with it. But it's an absolutely fantastic opportunity to get hold of a different version of that box, but with the same elements, just in a different configuration, and including, of course, if you go for the full bundle, the 32 sheets of double-sided 6x6 papers, which I know you love. Now, as far as I'm aware, Johnny, this isn't sold separately, is it?
No, you can only get that in the bundle.
You can only get it in the bundle, yep. So you can get a hold of that. However, if that bundle's not right for you, you can buy individual ones from the Haunted to the Witch to the Pumpkins. It's entirely up to you. They've got stencils, they've got stamps, they've got dies and embossing folders in each one of those kits. And you can, of course, use things like from your paper library. And we had a fantastic paper library that's got lots of different themes in there, including an Halloween
There's been some great deals on that recently.
There has been some fabulous deals. Just check the website out. Go over to the website and have a little look. Tap in paper library and see the prices. It's got lots of different themes from Christmases, contemporary to Halloween occasions, celebrations.
I wonder if we can talk Leanne into releasing a 12x12 Halloween pad next year.
We might have to. And in fact, I think...
Like a standalone pad. What do you think? Do you think we can do it?
Oh, yes, absolutely. Right, what I'm going to do, though, is I'm going to use a few little mixtures of the different ones that are in. So I've got this... I don't know why I'm doing this to myself. I've got the spiders, I've got the pussycat there, the lovely black cat, the cauldron, I've got the witch herself.
It reminds me of, what was that book or TV show, or like a cartoon as a kid? And it was like down the dark, dark lane, there was a dark, dark house, and in the dark... Funny Bones, is that what it's called? Yeah, with the skeleton in it. That's what this reminds me of, especially the cat specifically.
See, I'm a lot older than you, so I don't recall that one. Was that something that we youngsters
I think it was
used to
around when I
watch?
was a kid. Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm a lot older than you, Joe. How many more times do I have to tell you this? I'm a lot older than you. I'm considerably older than you.
Well, in 1992 it was out, Funny Bones. We were talking last night.
We found this out last night.
Well, that's why I remember it,
didn't
because in 1992 I was 6, which we
This
found
is
out
what we
last
found
night.
out last night, and I was married with my first child.
Yeah.
And Joe
What's
went,
quite
"I was
scary
6."
is when my parents were my age, I was 10. Can you imagine me with a 10? Imagine 10 years
Can
of
you imagine
parenting having come from me. Yeah.
Wow.
I was 10 when I was my parents' age. So you got what I meant there. That was really bad English, but I'm sure you made it work.
I know what you meant. Oh, look at these spiders, Joe. Look at these. I can't imagine you were a 10-year-old Joe.
Imagine me having a child that was nearly ready to go to secondary school.
Have you heard Johnny? He says, I've got a little bloke in my house.
How old is Leo,
how
Johnny?
Old is...
He's 8.
Oh, think.
Eating his
Staying on
food.
settee in his underpants, eating night roll. Oh, God love him. Now you can see, look at, do you know, the detail of these dies. I mean, seriously, these are really spooky. I love the idea, though, that you can cut out loads of these. You've got the lovely witch, and you can use her either way, so you can die cut her any way that you want to use them. You've got the stencils to be able to create the broomstick as well, the cauldron on there. Add your glossy highlights to these if you want to add them, to add a little bit of an extra shine to them as well. But I've cut myself loads out. I'm going to just bring in the rest of me and try not to scare myself like I did yesterday. Lots of spiders. In fact, I say lots of spiders. Can you see where this theme of this card's going? It's not real, Debbie, it's cardstock. Stop being ridiculous. But again, just bringing all of those in and just die cutting loads. I might have another cat on my card. I might have more than one cat there. But you can see the kind of things that you can create with these. It's literally just fabulous. If you can go back to the launch show, I did do 2 demonstrations in there, but in the wake-up call, I think I did. Did I do 2 in the wake-up call? I think I might have done 2 in the wake-up call. And then, of course, there's my Facebook Live that you can always go back to and watch as well, because I did that. Now, I'm going to make myself a diorama card, so let me bring in my pieces. Now, I've already cut my cardstock to size and scored them. So this particular one measures in at 10 inches by 6, and I've scored it at 1.5 inches and 2, and just reversed it and done exactly the same on the other. So 1.5 inches, then 2, and put the folds in. And literally, I fold it back on itself so that the little arms stick out, and just make sure you've got some nice crisp score lines using your bone folder to get those score lines into place. That's going to be the backdrop, and I'm going to use one of those papers. I'm going to use this one, 6 by 6. Let's pop that, and that's going to sit into that back panel, so it's going to be a full drop there. Can you see? I could be doing things like using inks to distress. Of course, I could use different colours on there as well, but the lovely thing about this pad is that you've got 32 sheets of double-sided.
Which I think off the top of my head is double what you were getting in the box yesterday, isn't it?
Yeah, happen live on air. But yeah, absolutely love this paper pad. It's just fab. And then we're going to start to bring in the other elements to it. Now, the same piece of cardstock that I've used is the same size. So it was 10 inches by 6. 6 or 6.5, 6. Scored it off 1.5 inches, 2 inches, and then the same on the other side. But this time I've used one of our metal dies to create a little aperture. Now this is one of our, from our stitched, I think it was a stitched edge, this one that I used. And I created myself a little frame to go over the top, but I need some panels. So I'm going to use some of that. And again, I think in keeping with the spider theme, I'm going to pop some spiders just down either of the sides. Again, just gives it a little bit of a frame. So let's pop on this gorgeous paper. I think the hardest part with this paper is to choose which side you're going to use. So difficult, because it's all equally spooky. I got that lovely spooky Halloween theme. Do you know, I've been
brilliant
really...
for cards, but also, you know, great for little home decor projects, aren't
Yes.
they? You know, making up little treat boxes to put sweets and stuff in for the children at Halloween. I mean, you could be making window decorators. There's so many different things you could do with these items.
Yeah, absolutely. A lot of things that you could do. Oh, do you know what I forgot to do? Whoops. I forgot to die cut my piece, so I'm going to have to makeshift this. Just bear with me a minute because I forgot to die cut it and I don't think I've got my dies on me. So let's do a little bit of a makeshift and hope this works. But it should work fine, it should be okay. I'm just going to use that. And then we'll just decorate, yeah. So I'm just
don't forget what's happening for the rest of the day as well here on Crafters TV. So myself and Debbie back with a launch day, of course, for you with the Celebrate the Season collection. A 2-hour launch day coming up on that. Will we shoehorn a little bit of Halloween into that show as well, do you think? Oh, I don't know. Depends how we're doing stock-wise. It is very busy. We're going to be giving you some big updates on this in the next show. And we will have launch parties. The launch day will be at 2 p.m. here in the UK, 9 a.m. East Coast. And then we will have that launch party for you where we look back on all the biggest launches of the last couple of weeks. That'll be at 6 p.m. in the UK, 1 o'clock East Coast, 10 a.m. over on the West Coast. I've had a double Debbie week this week. It's got 2 days with the delectable Debbie Robinson, and then 2 days with my TV wife, the delightful Debbie Fisher tomorrow.
Oh, yeah, Debbie's in it. Is she still here?
I believe so. I think she's here for 2 days, yeah. So
is she still here now, though?
She's here now, yeah, and she's here tomorrow and the next day.
Because I know we've seen her wandering the corridors.
Oh, she's always wandering the corridors, that one. At all times of night.
Yeah, she's. I noticed I saw a little blonde hair bobbing past. But yeah, I wonder if she's still here. It'd be nice to catch up. I've not catched up. Well, I haven't seen Debs for ages. That's the only problem. We work work opposite shifts, don't we? Each other. We're like passing shifts in the night. So it's sometimes nice to be able to get, to see them, when opportunities to get old and see them. Now I'm just going to pop that round and just to make sure I'm going to trim a little bit off the edges. You'll have to excuse me a second, Joe, while I've done this.
No worries at all.
It's my own fault for forgetting to put me dye in my bag.
Rhonda just asked, is the bat stamp in the smaller sets, Debbie?
Is the bat stamp in the smaller
sets? Is it in any of the smaller sets?
Was there a bat stamp?
I can't remember.
I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll go through them in a second. But yes,
yeah, and we'll have a little look.
Yeah, we'll have a little
Crafty
look.
C says, are there any things in the bundle that were not in the box? The 32-page paper pad. The papers were in the box, but you've got a double set of them in a pad in the 6x6. Essentially, the other elements were all in the box yesterday. So if you've got the box yesterday, you're off the hook. Don't worry about that.
Yeah.
Kate Muir says, will the snow globes from the Enchanted Christmas set fit around the snow globe part of this die and stamp set?
So say that again, Joe.
Will the snow globes from the Enchanted Christmas set fit around the snow globe part of this die?
I don't know. Answer to that question. I don't know. I'm not sure of that one. And I'm not sure if we've got any where I could have a little test and find out for you. So I can't say for sure on that one.
No, I wouldn't be able to say without having a look.
Let me just get in there because I'm going to create that little bit of a frame. I'm just going to chip chop. How are we doing for time, boys? We
have got about 5 minutes left on the show total, but we've got to do the card of the show as well, Debbie.
Oh, dearie me, then that's my own fault. It's my own fault because I didn't remember to put me.
Do you want to put this one in, or do you want to do it with the other two?
No, I could put this one in. Actually, I've got a finished one. Shall I show you the finished one?
Yeah, show us the finished one, then we get the vote under the way.
Let me grab hold of my other mix.
You grab a hold of that, and we'll.
Yeah, not that I'm competitive.
Not that Debbie's competitive, but she goes through the samples and puts half of those in at the end of the show. Can you imagine? Oh, number 9, number 10, number 11.
So number 1, where we first started with the lovely aperture card.
Gorgeous.
So that's number 1. Number 2 was the fancy card shape using that beautiful penguin scene. I think that's lovely as well. So that's number 2. They really are beautiful dies, stencils and stamps. And then number 3, which is where we're going to be going, is my little Halloween card. So that's where we're going with that one. So that's number 3. So 3, 2 or 1, you decide. I need to get cracking because I want to get this finished.
Amazing.
Thank you. So
3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3. Dusty bin. Yeah, you decide over on Facebook or YouTube, and we'll announce that before the end of the show. Very, very busy on this Halloween collection. Remember, the details are there for the bundles. That's the 3 sets of embossing folders, stamps, dies, stencils. You will end up with a couple of duplicates there on the embossing folder. There's nothing we can do about that. The thing was, these products were never meant to come to you in a bundle like this. They were actually meant for retail stores. They weren't meant to be here on Crafters TV. The only reason we've done done this is because so many of you were so disappointed yesterday that you'd actually missed out. So that's why we've done it. We've bundled them together with the paper pad. So if you want the paper pad, you'll need to get that bundle. If you want any of the other 3 individual elements, they're available online. Are they $9.99, Johnny? $9.99 or $12.95 if you want to get the individual elements. So you've got the Haunted House is one. There's 3 different types in there which you can go for. So check all of that out over on the website under the Shop Today button, but it is very busy on those at the moment.
Right, Joe, why are you being yakking there? I'm just popping my bits together.
Why you been what?
Yakking. Yeah, yakking. There's a little programme that my grandson absolutely adores called Yakadee. Johnny might know it.
Yakadee.
Yakadee. So Yakadee, my name is Dee. I like to yak. That's me. But he loves it. So I've started saying the yakking again. Do you know, instead of chatting, yakking. It's another form of chat and learning. There you go. So I've got my little frame. I had to makeshift it a little bit, but just because I'd forgot to bring me die cut element. But you can see that taking shape. I will trim off the little edge because I can see it and it's starting to, do you know when things start to irritate your Joe, it starts to bother me a little bit. But we're going to add all of our little elements. I'm going to pop these on. So I'm going to pop my cat in the corner. Let's have him on the... and this is when you can be lifting them with your foam pads and things like that. So I'm just going to start to build up my little scene. I think I'll have my cauldron in this corner. So again, in fact, I'll have a foam pad for this. Are we all right for time?
Rhonda says Joe is reaching Obi-Wan levels of sass. I'm surprised that you think I wasn't more sassy than... Is Obi-Wan Kenobi... Obi-Wan? Is Obi-Wan Kenobi sassy?
Is he sassy?
I don't know. I'm not a Star Wars fan.
Me neither.
Debbie, the slightest.
Yeah.
Yes. Number 3 was your card of the show, Debbie.
Number 3. This one?
Number 3, yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, I actually
good job.
thought...
You put it in then in that case.
I actually thought, I'm not going to lie, the other one was going to do it. I genuinely thought the other one was going to do it. Because they're all gorgeous, that's the problem. It's very hard to choose when we have some amazing products on. But I'm literally just going to start building this up. And I'm going to pop... And this is the lovely thing about this one. You can die cut with it being a silhouette. It can go that way or it can go that way. It's entirely up to you. Which again... How many times? Oh,
got 1 minute on the entire show, Debbie.
Oh, well, do you know what? I'm just going to continue to finish
You press
this.
on.
I will press on.
Just to let you know then, we'll be back in an hour's time with you with that amazing launch day show. You've seen it in this wake-up call. It's the Crafters Companion Celebrate the Season collection. Absolutely loads in there and a great price for you on that. So we'll be back with 2 full hours on that with you in 1 hour's time. So make sure you come back and join us for that. Don't forget to check out on that Halloween stuff. Just hearing how many of you have checked out and also how many of you have that in your basket at the moment. Debbie, thank you. Pleasure as always.
You're welcome, Joe. I'm busy crafting.
You beaver away,
I'm
don't
busy
you worry.
crafting away.
Don't
Thank
worry
you very
about
much.
that.
I can't wait for the launch show, let me tell you.
Yeah, it's going to be brilliant.
A good one.
We will be back in an hour's time with you. I will see you then. TTFN.